Wrestle it in.
Wrestling her in. I'm wrestling her in, Steven. We got her. We got a nice little guest talk. No see.
Welcome to the shit show, Rique.
He's looking good. He's looking good. He's looking Spanish. He's got the vote. Clear it up real quick though. Opinionation, not a word. It is not a word. You know, I'd seen it thrown around, and I had to clear it up.
I've used it for so long.
It sounds like a good bit. That's
what
got me.
He used it in front of us. I was just like, look, I'm gonna just dead it right now, man.
Yeah, let's just square that. Let's just snip that in the butt.
Because let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. No one else told you it wasn't a word, right? How long you been using it?
My whole life.
Those aren't your real friends, man.
People just been throwing it around. People just been letting you slide. They didn't know. They never got to the bottom of it. They always question it, but they're just like, Rique says a lot of big words. That gotta be real. It's gotta be real.
I mean, there have been times where people have Googled the shit.
I've done the same thing, bro. I've done the same exact shit. You just take a word, you go, what's that plural? And it ain't that.
Isn't it funny? Like, word isn't a word, like, because the way it reads, you're like, that just doesn't read like a word does. Like, you're looking at it, like, that's the only thing that throws you off. I mean, you can look at the word onomatopoeia and be like,
that happens all the times when you just ain't seen a word in a long time, though. Like, just the other day,
what?
like, I don't, like, just for example, I don't write my name that much. Like, no more. Since I got out of school, I don't write my name that much. I think I wrote my name, I'm just like, it was funny. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, I haven't wrote, like, I signed my signature, but I don't really print out and write my name no more. But words that usually fuck with me, like, the main one is, like, usually. For sometimes, like, when I read it, I'm always just like, you try and spell it, I'm like, that ain't a
you don't
word.
Think that's like part of where we're from, though.
It's like you saw.
It's like when
it's like you saw it.
Because of where we're from, like Baltimore. You know what I mean? Like someone that's from Baltimore is gonna say Baltimore. Now, I'm from Baltimore.
Man. I hate how they say that shit in movies. There, where it's like Baltimore. Nobody says that. Like in The Wire. The Wire was good. It had a lot of things right, but it did not get the accent right. Like we do not say Baltimore. Nobody says that. It's like Baltimore. Like it just slides the battle. It's like a DA almost, like a Baltimore.
Maybe because we're a southern state.
All I'm saying is whoever did that shit on The Wire, that shit fucked up. And I can't believe who allowed that shit to go. There wasn't one real Baltimore people who was like, yo, we don't say it like that. And the one white guy, when you watch the Docs one, like season 2, the white guy goes like so hard, he's like Baltimore. And you're like, nobody's ever said that shit like that, dog.
Yeah.
Who has ever said Baltimore? They're saying it like B-A-L-L more.
They always roll it. They always roll it, but really it's that D that you hit at Baltimore.
It's Baltimore.
It's
Baltimore. It's a Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore bit.
I mean, you can't say that that's not the truth, though. Like, how many people do you know that say Baltimore?
Well, if you're not from here, I hear all the time, oh, you're from Baltimore? I even do it on the show sometimes where I go and I'll talk, and I always want to correct myself and be like, Baltimore. See, like I try and say it on live. That's kind of
close to me. Even when I'm explaining about like Baltimore, Maryland, like I'm just gonna say that.
Oh yeah, I just say it.
Baltimore.
What I noticed on the show.
I can't even do that.
What I noticed on the show was that I always try and go like Baltimore. I try and say it with a T, and I don't know why. It's like just something I do, I guess. I don't know.
You be real on this show. Don't show none of that fake shit, okay? We don't want to hear that fake shit. Apparently, Steve's been worried about how he says shit. Apparently, and it's been changing how he says shit
subconsciously.
So how do you say WASH?
I'll say wash.
Oh, there's an R in there.
I say wash. Yeah,
there's an R in there.
I've always said wash.
Wash.
Yeah, because y'all some Baltimore motherfuckers.
We're all wash.
I say wash.
You say wash.
I say wash.
My cousin.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I say 100%. I've always said wash.
My cousin.
I've never ever wondered. I've always wondered why people say wash. Because I don't say it like you do it too. You'll say zinc. You'll say zinc a lot. Yeah,
that's why I don't even notice.
When you say sink, exactly, man. It's the Baltimore, man.
That's where we're from. Because my cousin, she moved to PA and shit. So she wound up like telling me about, the accent that so many people had said that they noticed that we have. And it's just like they were coming at her. You're going to wash? What do you mean wash?
Yeah, and we don't even notice it.
The
weirdest one though is like how you would say. Natural, so how would you say Washington?
I say Washington.
Yeah,
Washington.
It's Washington.
It's
Washington D.C. Okay?
Well, yeah, I still that accent because you hear that Washington, like it's still that like a wild out there type shit that like
it just comes.
You still have. I know if I'm talking to somebody, like I think a lot of it has to do with work, because they would say something like I'd be like printing. They'd be like, you mean printing? I'm like, no, printing, man. Printing. Fuck you mean? It's printing.
You mean slide?
You want some printing done?
I mean, all right. Do you ever be like, oh, I'm about to go, blah blah blah, instead of, oh, I'm about to go?
I never use blah blah.
Well, just in general.
No,
you know
no,
what
no.
I mean? Like,
Are you literally asking if I use blah blah? Or are you
no, I'm saying like about to.
About to?
Like,
you legit put
you say, oh, I'm about to.
No, I'm saying I'm about to. I'm about to.
Eat something.
Or I'm finna. I
about
still
to.
say finna.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm
finna,
like, I'm
about
finna,
to. You know what I'm
finna
saying?
chill. I don't know.
Yeah, I always say fit.
I'm
Finna
chill
just
and
goes
shit,
with
yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm finna chill. Yeah.
But other than that,
I'm finna play the game.
Other than that, you know, sometimes it's not even I'm. It's just about to chill.
I
About to
love
go,
them Dexter memes. It's just like
like
say it again.
laboratory.
And they'd be like, yeah, you never seen it? They'd be like, say it again. And it's like Dexter, and he's like,
Oh,
liquor store.
Yeah,
Liquor store. Or some shit like that. It should be so
yeah,
funny.
those ones are better. Like I hate the one that just like there's a basic one. It's just like bottom up. That's not funny. You gotta get liquor store.
I seen the two one. It was like Shorty asks some shit about Baltimore, but
Buck
to
Fitty.
say two. Oh, so they're going for the stereotypical like, oh, two.
Did you say two different?
No, I'm saying like
some people
thicker,
say two.
thicker.
They say two.
Thicker
What does
Baltimore
that mean?
accents. Like someone.
Well, it's like
what are you
instead of
saying?
saying two, it's two. It's
You're
like
saying
it's like,
two.
Yeah, but you've
part
never
of-
heard
part of
that
the slang
thick
shit,
though,
like,
man. It's
Are
like
you
thick,
saying
man.
like TUE?
Like someone
or like yeah, pretty much pretty
Two.
much
Like
two.
Tua.
Yeah, something like that. You know.
You've never heard that?
I never, maybe I never noticed. I was always like two.
You ever hear library?
Because I'm not saying I do.
Library.
Library. It's
Yeah,
library.
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 That's a library, bro.
It's
a berry in there.
Little
dog.
library. There's a berry in there
B-E-R-R-Y.
somewhere. Exactly, man. That's just that
Library.
fucking. That's just that Baltimore, man.
Straight up.
Straight up, though. It just is what it is. I mean, like, the one thing I hate seeing get played off too much, like especially in fucking videos, is when people are always just like, "Fuck it is, dumb it, like stupid." Like, yeah, everyone gets that, man. Like, do something else. You watch any Baltimore accent video, "Oh, fuck it is, dumb it, stupid ass." Like it's.
I mean,
always.
but that's just like
Yeah.
people come for that because they
I
know
get
they
you, but
can. I mean,
it's
we're kind of easy target.
not
in that
funny.
It just
perspective.
pisses me off how motherfuckers would be like, if a white marsh motherfucker went to Texas, he'd be like, "Where are you from?" He'd be like, "Baltimore." You know what I mean? That's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Yarba Ching. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yarba Ching.
But even when I think I say I'm from Baltimore, like you know, like I don't want people to have the idea that like I'm from Baltimore, like what really people like think Baltimore is, like the violence and shit like that. People think that's Baltimore. Like when you're from Baltimore, you're from that.
I feel like the
stereotype,
area we're
though.
in is still like a lot of presence.
I mean, it'll determine some
Know what I
things,
mean?
but
Like-
not who you are as a person. Because I feel
I
like
mean,
you could be
The area is
good,
better than
and
if
then
you go
be,
down Mosher Street on West Side or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've always.
but not everyone there is gonna shoot you. You know? Not everyone there is gonna, you know.
Oh,
fuck
It's
yeah?
not like that
Yeah.
down west neither, dog. It's not like that, bro.
No,
It's
100%, 100%.
It's
stereotype
weird.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
Feel like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I've
when
walked through West at night so many times, you know, and it's like you don't even feel. It's like as a white person, I felt way more pressure walking through like the Heights when they had both sides up. You know what I mean? Like I felt
Donald
trapped and
Heights
deadly.
was like, oh.
Like when you're walking through West Side, you
Well,
kinda-
that
I
and
don't know,
isolate
man.
like you're over West Side, you're in the city. But when you're in O'Donnell Heights, you're like isolated city. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're
it's-
just trapped in that cocoon of like
You're just
killers right there.
you run anywhere. It's just O'Donnell Heights. Like like you can literally run into the field. You're still in O'Donnell Heights until you hit that avenue.
I remember the
You know?
craziest time up there was like this one time on New Year's Eve. I'm driving, coming by the swimming pool. Out of nowhere, bro, just a van stops. Just straight up in front of me.
Never
just
good.
Straight up
Never
stops,
good.
bro. I swear to God, bro, like 6 people hopped out, all of them armed. They just started lighting up the sky. Literally, like,
Guns?
whole
Oh,
Uzi,
shit.
Uzi, like a little like MPK, like some shit like that. They just light up the whole entire sky, bro, and let us go past and just dip off. And it's like some New Year shit or something like that. I don't even know, bro. This is weird.
There's no
But,
I
like,
was like, I flex.
But if someone was
Waste the
also
air
like,
now.
"Hey, you want to ride around and
Weird
go bang
flex,
in the
but
air real
okay.
quick?" I might just pull up and go stupid
Oh,
real quick.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, like I've always wanted to do that. I mean, yeah, bullets gotta come down. But I mean, come on, you've never wanted to shoot a gun in the air.
I mean, if they're
Let
dirty,
alone
it's
two.
not like they can go to
Let
like,
alone
a range,
two.
like dirty gap. Six
You
people
know?
just.
Of course,
lighting
not
up.
realistic. The full auto
fucking sky.
guns, double.
I just
like
always
that.
want to rep 2 like not even banana, like circle
Drum,
round Glocks.
drum.
Drums.
Yeah, I was just
Drum
thinking.
Glocks. Just.
You ever seen those with the incendiary rounds in them?
Yeah, where
It
it's
looks
like the flame
fucking
impact.
yeah,
That
it's
is
seen that shit in
fucking,
slow mo.
man.
That is crazy.
Like that and tracer rounds where you like see the bullets light up,
Glow.
like you're just like that's where you know you see them like fling off everywhere. That's where you know you're slinging metal. You know, just I don't know. There's something about the drum Glocks.
That
Drum
guy,
Glocks hit a spot.
that guy
for me.
Dakota Meyer, bro. He said that he shot over 2,000 shots from the top of that Humvee.
Wow.
How crazy is that? Off of a chopper on top of the Humvee, 2,000 shots.
I was gonna say those war stories are fucking insane, bro.
The way he was saying it, though, it's like this dude might have 100 bodies.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
chopping, bro.
I've never,
He's the only person shooting, and he's chopping with the chopper.
Oh, this was from what?
I haven't heard the story
It's
yet.
a guy named Dakota Meyer who's getting famous. He did a couple podcasts and shit. He's actually really cool, but he like basically like got famous for just going super hard saving lives.
Mm.
The story is just like absolutely crazy, basically. But I was telling Steve a little bit about it, but like
There's like some vigilante action.
No, he was in the Iraq War.
This is in a war, yeah.
Oh.
This is in a war. So basically, let me sum up what I get from it. Is basically they're about to infiltrate into this village, and we're kind of following the Afghans at this time. So we're letting the Afghans decide what we do. The elders of the villages. So we're supposed to meet up with like these other people and discuss a peace. And this guy, Dakota Meyer, is that what I said? I believe that's his name.
Yeah, Dakota. Yeah.
Dakota Meyer. He's telling his squad leaders that are setting this up, this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? So eventually they're like, you know what? You're not even going in. You're going to stay on the outside in a Humvee with this other guy, and we'll call you if we need you. Well, things go bad, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to save like his one specific squad, like his friend. He specifically is trying to save this guy. So that's where I was at with you, Steve, where he talks about the first time every time he went in there to save his people, he kept seeing more injured people. And he's just like, I couldn't leave somebody. You know what I mean? I couldn't leave him. So he said like the first time he went in, he's only like 70 meters away from the people he's trying to save. And he didn't even know because there's so much fire going on. So as he's doing this, as he's pulling these people out, he can hear his friend on the talkie.
Yeah.
Just going step by step of what's happening, And at first he's like, we're being surrounded. He's like, we took over a house. And then next thing you know, he's like, his friend's saying, I need artillery fire right here, right now, or I'm dead. And they denied it. They denied it, bro, the artillery fire, bro, because at this point, so many people are talking and so many people are scared that they're just calling shit on their own selves.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because they're just panicking. They see 50 people, they're like, artillery there, but it's really on another squad that's theirs. So the people back at home are trying to figure it out. This actually was a law that was written in that they're trying to figure out is like the people that decide if artillery comes aren't even on the battlefield.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're back
so that's always a problem. But the problem is if you let people on the battlefield do it, well, they're more inclined to do it. You're always panic. You go got artillery. I mean,
exactly. And I think when it comes to doing something like that, like just like you said, in battle situations, you don't need that feeding directly from the battlefield to the artillery guys. You need that feeding into a control room that's then deciphering what action needs to be done.
But then it's like they should send like a drone in or some shit. That way
drone. Well, I mean,
even both of those are disagreed with, and that's what Jocko and the guy Dakota were talking about. They're like, when it comes down to it, you're supposed to trust the boots that are on the ground, right?
Very true.
If I'm your leader, if I'm your general, whatever it is, I'm supposed to be on terms with you. Like the way to really go about it, what they both were agreeing, that's two Army people, so I'm taking their word for it. They both are agreeing that like what you should do is be properly educating your troops on when is the right time to call it.
Right.
So it's not just when you're in fear. You know what I mean? Like if you just think, oh, we got 30 people, they got 30 people, we got artillery, use it. It's not
Very
like
true.
that.
You're
literally supposed to use artillery when it's basically an ambush. Like you need that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And people get scared, they just call it in. So there has to be an understanding with your squad leaders of going, look, just because you see people, you don't call it in. You know what I mean? You call it in when you absolutely need it. Because there's another fight going on somewhere in Afghanistan that needed
Also
too.
calling
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like a big problem. Like there were so many problems with the setup. They got set up perfectly. He got chopped up. His entire squad got chopped up. They had low ground.
So it was documented who did it, like who was responsible and shit.
What?
That was surrounding the house. I mean, you said it was.
That was all our guys.
His man.
That was Dakota Meyer. That was his boys that were going into the village.
And then they got.
I guess it would be Al Qaeda, Afghanistan.
Right.
Or the other one.
ISIS.
Taliban.
ISIS.
No, Taliban.
Taliban
is Afghanistan. I can't remember exactly which one it is.
I was gonna say I thought the ISIS shit.
But they get attacked. ISIS is way later. Neither one. But when they get attacked, they're dug in on these mountains. They got their own trenches and they got light machine guns. So they're just chopping down this village of our people basically, just getting hit up. I was telling Steve how he said he's seen 5 people die in 5 seconds. Just completely lit his ass up to everybody around him. And he just talks the whole time about how he's just waiting to get shot in the face. He didn't think that he would get that far. He just kept shooting. He just kept shooting that bitch, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what got him out. He's like, I knew the only way I was leaving here today was through this weapon.
And he also said he didn't see them either, did he? He didn't see them.
What?
He saw where fire was coming from, but like they were far enough away.
They could never establish. The only people they ever seen were people running at the Humvee.
Right.
They couldn't see any of the fire coming. That's what he said. Like when those 5 people got shot up, he knew they got shot from a distance. He didn't know where the distance even was at.
Right.
Or like he was talking about how you hear a bullet. Like when you hear a bullet, that means it's on its decline of velocity. It's coming down. That's the only way you heard that, or you wouldn't even have heard nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you hear that, that's how you know, people are far away shooting at me, but I can't see them far away. So who the fuck's shooting at me?
Exactly.
And anyone really want to play some Puff, bro?
Where's the fire coming from?
Yeah.
You played Pub, right? No.
Yeah.
Hey, I did see you talking about the Pub.
I have it. I posted it on Facebook.
On what? What you got it on?
You see,
one.
You some shit, right?
Oh, hop on with us, bro.
You some shit, ain't you?
I'm with.
Oh, we used to be having mad fun, though. We used to have so much fun in that game, man.
Yeah, you don't have a chicken dinner, do you?
It's more like
you play third person.
I mean, no. But
you play first person.
It's more realistic than
you play first person.
Yeah.
Natural first person chooser.
Nice, very
He chose first person.
Third persons are for pussies.
Exactly. You got the first person's hard.
Yeah.
Because like
third person's 10 times harder.
In third person, you can look around corners and shit. No, third person's way harder.
When I've switched to third person, it definitely.
Dude, when you're third person, I could be at this corner and look around this entire corner without going around.
I feel like you have more like.
If you were in this room,
if you're in first person, you have more directional control.
But you have more view in third person.
It just got you more in the game.
You also see you have a bigger field of view.
You're just more locked in with that gun. Where you're in third person, you only pull your gun up like that when you hold in left trigger. Most of the time, you're just kind of spraying in third person. You know what I mean? So it's like when you put that shit in first person, it's like Pub is different. I'm trying to explain it. I've said enough about Pub, bro.
Cool. I like the way you look firing and shit in third person, but
Pub literally has the most different feel of any game ever to me, bro. There is nothing like, let's just say a squad's in a house, dude, and you got to go in that house and clear that squad out, bro. That shit is intense. I ain't sitting there saying it's real warfare. All right,
exactly.
What I'm saying is it's fucking fucking
that happened.
Well,
look, when you're to me, bro, I had a whole squad run up on me inside of a house.
You're not
and I was the last one. No, I chopped 2 niggas up. But the point is, you know what I'm saying? Like the other. I mean,
yeah, because I mean,
right.
there's only
how to handle it.
There's only like you might
it's hard.
You might win a battle, but that's not the war. That's not the game.
But nonetheless, like circumstances in which that's fucking like you were saying.
I got better in Pub when I started realizing like, oh, you know what you're supposed to do? Keep people guessing. I never knew that in games. I feel like it just took me a while to learn that. I don't know why.
Yeah, just
but like around. A lot of times, like because in my Call of Duty days, like I would find a spot. You're murking people, you stay there. You know what I mean? You might eventually move, but you're trying to get 10 kills there.
Yeah.
In Pub, you gotta accept 2 and then move.
I'm the opposite because like I always move. Like I rarely stay in one place for too long unless I have to. I feel like it's better situation and such.
You go with the R&B shit again.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm like,
it's
is he even over there?
Yeah,
Is he
it's
even
like,
over there?
yeah, it's like, who's in this corner? I mean, like,
Yeah, it's
that's
Rique
what I'm
coming
saying.
to you,
Like,
12 o'clock, and
I
we
say,
got
like,
smooth
DJs.
jams all night.
well, either that or like you're with Rique and you're with. This is my TED talk right now. Like, it's just
Yeah, you're right.
presenting a 14-point thesis on why PUBG is the ultimate battle royale.
What's been out with you, Rique, man? How's life been? Has it been good?
It's been good.
It's been pretty good. So you're doing the music now, or what?
Yep.
You got some fire beats?
Oh shit!
If anybody needs some beats out here,
So
This is
you're
my first interview.
no,
yeah, it's the first interview, dog.
well, we're just asking because I mean, like, we haven't seen you in a while. Like, are you making beats? Like,
Yeah.
is that what you do? You make beats?
Love to
Okay.
make beats. That's my passion.
Okay, there you go.
So you want to be a producer?
I mean, I'd like to view myself as like an artist and a producer, not so much of an engineer, but just in production stuff.
So you do want to make music too?
What producers are are?
I already
artists?
have 2 of my own songs that I recorded to and everything on mastered shit, but just
Sit down, master.
no mastered.
Mastered.
The
Okay.
the two ones that I have.
Did you do the mastering?
I had help.
You had some help.
Say,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Not
wrong with help.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Oh,
need
wait,
some
you
help.
learn is
That's
help,
what I'm
brother.
saying. You need some goddamn help.
'Cause-
Everyone needs some help some goddamn times.
I mean, like I said, it's just the difference between being like a full on like you have a doctorate in like musical theory and you know what I'm saying, all the other things that pertain to that. But I don't really think if you're an engineer that you could be a good producer, or there are some engineers that are just better than certain producers, or just in general the
Well,
difference.
most
between-
people seem to find kind of their route. You know, you got certain people that are
Right.
good at it, like Kanye, Cole.
But then you
You
also
can-
have like your mustards, like like your DJ mustard, kind of like with No, I'm not trying to put those in the same category. I'm talking about like on the
I'm not
next-
even sure
on the
DJ
next-
Mustard is.
he mustard on the beat. You never heard
I've
that?
never
Any
heard of
trap
that
song?
one.
Any trap song?
Name a trap song that has it.
I can't think of. I mean,
one
like
with YG. I know.
he's just one guy. I mean, like he did. He
I
did.
feel like I might have heard it once.
I mean, he's,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. He's done a lot more shit with like the weekend and stuff. Like I don't know, like
You know, like,
that's what have you. I don't know.
like G-Eazy though, like he was saying that like he just wanted to be a producer and he couldn't find any good rappers to rap on his beats. So he's like, I just rap.
Everyone says though, you know.
You think so? I never heard
Well, I
anybody
mean-
else say that.
Donald Glover said it. Childish Gambino, who said the same thing. Like,
To
I'll start
me,
making
Charles
beats.
Gambino's like one of the most overrated rappers out there, bro.
Yeah.
I know,
Well,
you're a fan.
no,
I know
no,
people
no,
like
what
him.
up? What's the thing? I'm
Bro,
talking like
you ever-
listen.
Have you
hold
heard?
on.
Have you heard? It feels like summer.
No, it's early
He's got a
days.
couple of
It's
bangers.
early days,
That's
man. Like
fine.
his new shit. That's okay, cool. I could understand, but like his old shit, like when he was just like putting shit out to try and put shit out, like his campfire.
All right,
Before that, I can't remember what it was
who's
called.
the most overrated rapper?
Let's see.
Riff Raff.
Oh, Riff Raff's not even.
Let's say somebody real.
I was saying he's not even
Yeah,
rated.
somebody that's
No,
really
like, what?
respected out here.
Like what?
Shit.
I'm trying to think
We're
like
down here on
some.
these? We're
uh,
good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah.
I like
yeah,
to
okay.
see it. Who would you say? Oh, why am I not saying that? You know what I mean?
Overrated.
Well, it's just I gotta go down. That's
Oh,
all.
I got you. Okay, I always worry about it. I always worry about it.
We're
Okay.
good, yeah.
That's a tough one.
See, I'm just trying to think of someone that was like.
I'll tell you who I think it is, and I know people won't like it, bro. But I'll tell you who I think the most overrated rapper is Logic, dog. I think he's the most overrated rapper, bro.
Well, I don't. Well, see,
He
that-
makes
that
good
big-
songs.
but
Like, he
this-
does make a
hold
good
up,
song. I'm
hold
not
up,
gonna
but
knock him for
this
that.
is where
but, like,
this is where I think it becomes he's not overrated like he was. But I don't think he is anymore. Like he has his solid fan base, but I mean I think there's a consensus among the community that he's a pretty overrated rapper.
okay,
You know what I'm
think
saying?
so? Okay.
So
I
in
feel like
that,
people
in that
hype
sense,
him.
in that I think they used to like they're like they used to
like lyrically,
they hyped
bro,
him
he's
I think
his
he
whole
has some
career.
good songs.
I think
It's
he
not
may-
like
that's
it's
what
not
I
like
said.
it's
Yeah.
not like he's completely
I think he
inconsistent.
makes good songs. What I'm saying
but
is
I
lyrically,
get what you're trying to say.
when he tries to do
there's-
that, when he
overrated doesn't mean not good.
listen,
You know?
exactly,
it's just-
just for what
You're
he
just
overrated.
overrated. People are thinking
like
better than what you
on
are.
every
What we
song
think
he
they
tries
are.
to do this little minute and a half fast ass rapping of like him putting in bars. If you really listen to it, bro, it's really basic bars.
I seen a clip on the gram of him
Like it's sometimes
doing a verse. and
Sometimes
he
this
was,
shit is just
in the
really
studio
weak.
booth.
And I think where he found his kind of like pocket is with his like fast shit, like the shit he kind of like took from like Tech Nine and whatnot. This is super fast.
and you know
Just
that was
going
a
with
big
it.
issue about that Tech Nine, about the song that he paid for Logic. It's something on like there's some song that Tech Nine had that he paid Logic to be on. You can look it up. And Tech Nine was just super mad at Logic because he just sent him a whack ass verse, and it's the verse that's on there.
Oh yeah, I did see that video.
It's just Tech Nine's like that was literally a horrible ass verse that you put no time into. It came late. He's just like it's shit. And I'm like,
what song was it?
If you look up Tech Nine and
I'm gonna save that.
Tech Nine and Logic, it'll be whatever song that is. I'm sure they didn't do another one after that.
That's the one that they got. Yeah, I saw that video though, man. That was a pretty cringy thing. I was just like, listening to that. I was just like, ugh.
What's the name of the song?
I don't remember the name.
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine and Logic.
Well, my bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I always think choruses. I always type in lyrics on Google and try and get it. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the only way you remember.
I do not remember names.
But I ain't up here with just like the Suicide song. Love it. Love that song. Great song. Totally 100% with it. Like it. It's not lyrical. There's never a song I've ever heard where I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like I've never heard that.
Yeah.
All my favorite rappers, all the rappers I get what you're trying to say. Like a rapper I respect too. Like I don't even respect that.
With the overrated shit. Like could you name a Logic song?
Just that
I mean, there was Man of the Year, Ballin'. That's one that I listened to early on.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
But I do know like
Sinatra. But I haven't listened to them in a while. 44 Bars.
I didn't like it. Like people would hype all his albums. I'm listening to the album. I'm like,
well, that's what I'm saying. He has his fan base. Like he has his solid pocket. You know.
I would say
that he exists in. He has this bubble. He exists in within
twice as good
within his fan base.
Oh yeah, Mac Miller. Oh my god, man! Like
Mac Miller, could make a great song that was a little bit lyrical,
and not that's something that was like
Mac over Logic.
That's something for me that was like solidified with his like most recent release. Like what's this shit called? Wings. The whole album. I forgot what it's called.
Who?
Mac Miller.
The one where
his most recent album.
Him like
I
in
know,
a doorway and it's white around.
I forgot what it's called.
It's not Objects in the Mirror, is it?
No. Yeah, I mean that's a great song too.
It's a great song. I thought that was the title of
excellently live. Yeah, it was a great song.
I thought that was the title of the album also.
No, the album was like I don't even remember, man. It was the most recent one that he did. But that one was like really for me like solidified him.
Me too.
In my
when you seen him, oh, this man can step out of his zone.
Yeah, and
he does have a couple bangers. Yeah, he's got radio songs.
Yeah,
he's got good songs.
Like, I feel like the album itself, like this one, super. Oh no, not Logic. Mac Miller. Mac Miller's most recent shit. I feel like it flowed really well throughout the whole album as well. Like the kind of like the ups and downs and kind of like. I mean, all this shit there, like, I remember, like 2009. Like, 2009 was a song I was just like, Ladder was another great fucking song. Like,
yeah, him in the doorway.
Yeah, Swimming. That's what it's called. Swimming. Yeah,
I can name like 5 great songs from Mac Miller that I love. Yeah. I like the Objects in the Mirror, the 2009. I like the Donald Trump shit.
Donald Trump.
That was a good song. That was a good song. Best Day Ever.
You got sued for that?
And I like that song, Missed Calls.
Who? But what is it called? Missed Calls?
Missed Calls.
Missed Calls. Okay,
I got missed calls and emails and you going into details.
Oh, okay, Missed Call. I got you. Yeah,
that's that shit, bro. That's a good song, bro. Mac Miller got 5 bangers in my book. Logic got 1.
What's that one? Did you name your banger for Logic?
It's I'm not even giving it a bangers if I even appreciate it like that.
I was gonna say, did you say you got a Logic banger?
I said it the wrong way. I meant to say I did not that I like it like that, but it's a good song. Is that Suicide song? Yeah. 1-800 whatever.
Now is that just a good song because it's about suicide?
No. He did that song good. And the thing is, if you listen to it, it's super basic, like I've been saying about him. But the way he says it. I don't want to die no more. You got everything to live for. That, like the way he says it, people love that.
Right, yeah.
I love that. I thought that was a great song. I thought that was a great job on Logic. But outside of that, I think he's a cornball.
Yeah, because I remember like one thing a lot of people say is like the mixed race thing. He just bounces back and forth.
Oh my god,
back and forth.
That's what initially, bless you, that made me stop. That made me start hating this guy. The album before he did the last one. This one was super about mixed race too, but the one before that, it's an entire album about being mixed, bro. I swear to God. Every song he mentions.
Are you talking about the Tarantino 2 shit?
Sinatra 2 or something? No, it's the space one too. It's the space one he did. Right after he did the space one, then he did the next one. Is this next one I'm talking about?
Right.
And then his most recent one came out with the suicide
and
thing.
It always comes up like back and forth. Like,
I tell you what, I hate when people hype, bro. The baby. I'm just like,
yeah, I don't like him, man. I don't like him.
I feel like he has some songs that are catchy.
I'll tell you one thing.
No, I think lyrically, he's down.
Have y'all ever heard "Pony" by the Baby?
No.
And
that song is fucking.
I mean,
fire.
If anything, it's probably
maybe I have to listen to that. Maybe is it on the radio? Because I've heard this song on the radio.
YouTube.
If anything, it's because it's probably
I'm pretty sure
hard beat.
It is
probably
on the radio, but
it's probably just a hard beat. You know, like it just sounds like a hard beat.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to bash Rique's musical taste. I would have to listen to it, but like for me, like most people play me some shit, and I'm just like, you really think that slaps, bro? I'm just like that shit. I'm not knocking you. I'm saying I haven't even heard that song. I'm not saying that you couldn't make a good song. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is like most people that I've been encountering, like they'll be like, oh, like play like even my little nephew. My little nephew be like, this is the shit that we rock to now. He plays me like some NBA YoungBoy. I'm like, one song was like kind of catchy. The rest of it, I'm like, this is trash.
Is there a female rapper you like? You like?
Oh, bro, it's funny. I mean,
I was gonna say because like,
bro,
I think Meg Thee Stallion's like the fucking like top right now.
Is that
like,
that blonde girl?
What? I don't think she's blonde. Is she blonde? Because I think she's always changing her shit. I mean, once you get money, you change your shit every day.
Like, are we limited to just current?
I mean, no. No, of course not. No.
Erykah Badu. She could sing.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I mean, like, does that need to be said anymore?
Well,
you know,
I mean, if we're gonna say, if we
new age wise, I'll probably go with Meg.
If we can include people like that, bro, then I'll go with I fuck with Jessie Reyez hard, man. I don't even know if y'all know who that is, bro.
That's that one song you're playing on.
She be on Russ. Yeah, that's a song I shared, and she's on that song with Russ called Basement.
I don't remember.
Love me like I'm still in the basement. That shit.
Bro,
that bitch is stupid, bro. That's a lot of female music I listen to every day, bro. Like that girl Jessie Reyez, I listen to her songs all the time. I love her songs, bro. Monica Martinez, she's not a rapper, but it's another female.
Shout out Jessie Reyez.
Bro, yeah, you know what I mean? Monica Martinez is super talented. Jessie Reyez, hands down, is my favorite female artist out there right now. But I've always been a fan of even Pink. I've always been a fan of Pink, bro. I like Pink.
Pink's fucking awesome, man.
She's another legend, though.
Yeah, she got some bangers, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think Young MA's pretty cool. I don't know if it's Young Ma or MA, but
I think
pretty
she's
cool.
I'm pretty sure it's Young Ma. Pretty sure it's Young Ma. I mean, like her most recent song,
you know who I did fuck with? Dej Loaf.
Yeah,
I fucked with her, bro. She had a
good
swag to her, didn't she? She had a swag to her.
Yeah, she did. Wasn't she from Baltimore too?
Oh,
I think she was from Baltimore. No?
I encourage everybody to go look up Jessie Reyez, though, man. She has bangers, bro.
I was thinking of that one person that like sounded just like her from Baltimore. I forgot her name. She even looked like her. Whatever.
You know, I used to fuck with back in the day. Who was always my girl rapper? Remy Ma. That was always my bitch, man. Always. I used to listen to her shit. Like a Roxy. That's the thing. Where guys will be like, "Oh, I can't listen to that." Like I never have that problem. I'm just switching the lyrics.
Not at all, man.
You know what I mean? Like in my head, I switch the lyrics. Like so, if you say you're talking about a man, like I think about how could I relate that to a woman?
Yeah.
It's like if a black guy goes, you know what I mean? Like it's like when Tupac says you always was a black queen, I always said white queen. You know what I mean? Like in my head. You get what I'm saying? Like I always because I'm relating it to myself. You get what I'm saying? So I can do the same thing with a woman.
Right.
Oh, I play it like if that was she's talking about a woman right there. You know what I mean? So it's like that's always been easy for me to do. Where I feel like a lot of men can't appreciate female music.
Yeah, it's not on the level that it should be because I mean like I said, like you've seen like the most recent it's not just Nicki Minaj anymore. Like you have so many.
I mean, shit, I
like new
product in there.
Who?
That's the white girl I was talking about.
What's her name?
She's the blonde hair girl.
Huh?
Snow the product.
Snow the product.
Yeah.
That's a dope ass fucking name.
She's got some.
It's the shit.
She's got some Facebook videos and shit.
That is a great fucking name. I just gotta say.
That is a great name. And she's cool, right? She's cool.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna have a tough time writing a song, right? I don't know.
She writes her own though. It's like
that's cool. I'm saying when I say that, I mean to get on the radio. I'm saying she's gonna have great songs. When I'm saying that, I think she's gonna have a hard time getting that radio hit. And I've always said about whatever people go, oh well, you don't gotta be great, to get on the radio. You don't, right? But if you're next level great, you can be everything that an underground rapper is
with radio
and
time.
still make a radio hit because maybe this ain't what I would have wrote, but I need a radio hit and I can make one because I'm that good of a rapper.
You know
But she had that though, and I that was a big song.
I just gotta throw it in here, and this one probably won't be liked, but Doja Cat. Doja Cat came in with that one song that was like bitch I'm a cow. Like you never heard that song?
Bitch I'm a cow.
That
bitch,
so she essentially made a song that was like pretty much just about
it
cows.
Was a meme. It was a complete
it was a
song.
meme
Like,
song.
She was in a cow suit and
yeah, and from there she rose to popularity, and then she made radio hits. Because she was capable, she had the backing and funding now, and went and just started making radio hits.
I fuck with that new shit from that one girl. New man on a Minnesota Vikings.
That's Meg. That's Meg.
Is that her?
That's Meg. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
yeah,
bro,
I'm pretty sure.
I started off with her.
Oh, that song is hard as shit.
She goes,
Best
that's
friend sat me down in a salon chair.
I'm pretty sure.
That's that shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty fucking sure that's Meg the Stallion. Remember the meme where it's like, we gotta make the Stallion his knees to DeMarcus Cousins. Like, you remember that?
No, but goddamn, is that funny?
Man.
Y'all think the industry is trying to pit her against anybody in general, like how they did with Nicki and Cardi?
Well, that's what they do.
I think she got
Could you
established.
That's what they
first.
do.
Like, you know what I'm saying, trying to
because
get something out of nothing.
Because Bray talks about this all the time. So I mean,
I would
think
say
I know
her
something.
and Lizzo are
But,
most likely to be.
Well, I mean, like they also have like the City Girls, which is like this this female rap group. I think it's like 3 of them. Like they're also coming out and pretty much what they're all saying is like, well, why has it always got to be like one? Like of course they're always pitting them against each other because I guess that's just. I mean, it's a male dominated market, you know.
Yeah, it's just naturally harder to sell that because, like I initially said, women will listen to women music and guy music. A lot of guys have trouble listening to women music.
That's another thing. But I think, and that's where I really appreciate Meg Thee Stallion because I feel like she's bridging that gap a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because she's coming with like these really hard beats and coming with like these really hard like Chicago drill style flow, like just going in on some shit.
Well, definitely Young Mob, definitely.
Probably had drill. We get fucked up for that one. What'd you say?
Young Mob. She definitely had some guys listening.
Yeah, definitely 100%. You know, I think
like that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I think, especially when you're getting played, all over. Like it's just.
What if you're huggy, bro?
You know, a little huggy action out here.
Oh, I got your water.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh shit.
There you go, a little huggy action. There you go. I'm sure Meg Thee Stallion enjoys a good huggy every once in a while.
Who's your favorite rapper, Rique?
Who?
Oh,
ASMR.
My favorite rapper. No.
No, I know.
Anyway,
some people get that. Some people has it. You don't have a favorite rapper, man?
All right, I can say artist off top.
Who?
Party Next Door.
That's your favorite artist?
Yeah.
That's how you kind of picture. Is that kind of how you picture your music?
No, just because it's my favorite, I don't like pattern myself after it. I'm just like.
I kind of picture you like that.
Enjoy.
You could follow that route.
Why party? Why Party Next Door, bro?
No, I think that's perfect.
Because
like I get it.
For Rique,
bro.
He is his own engineer, producer, and artist within everything that he does because it's all him, whether it be writing or otherwise.
So you think?
So he has his singing.
Do you think because he does all that himself that puts him like atop other people? Like, does he actually make better music? Well, do you think, or just because he's doing it himself? Like this has always been my thing. Like Russ, he does the same thing. Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, you think
I'm not a fan of Russ.
Why?
Not a fan of Russ. I respect what he's doing, and I've heard what you want. Say it.
Right.
I don't remember the song, but nonetheless, that was the only song of his that ever stuck.
That's all?
Yeah, only song.
See, for me, I always felt like Russ is kind of corny to me. He's kind of corny, but I can name like 3 of his songs that I rock. Definitely. I love that Basement song with the girl Jessie Reyes. Look up Russ with Jessie Reyes, that Basement song, bro. That shit.
So who would be y'all top 3 artists? Because Party Next Door would be, I want to say.
Man.
What are you saying? They're like my favorite or like who I think the most talented is?
Artists in general, like your personal you would.
Well,
rank
I mean,
one,
recently,
Out of
three.
every genre of music?
Every genre.
Oh, bro,
I just
three?
think about
Yeah.
I just think about what I've been
That's
bumping
super hard,
recently.
bro.
You know, like I always go into like different waves of just bumping shit. Like sometimes I'll
Just
be
in
like
general,
here.
your top three. If you were like, okay, so you had to give somebody that didn't know, you'd be like,
Let's
okay,
see.
three artists that you would just off top be like, wow. Go ahead.
See, some days I might give you like Suicide Boys and like Shake Well, or like the next day I might come back and be like, yo, I'm on a YG fix right now, and he'll be on like number one for like you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, I could
So
never
I
pass
vibes,
YG to someone.
I would
though,
say-
But you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be vibing with shit like in certain periods of time. Like I might just be vibing. On
But
YG
you're
every
saying
day,
like
you
you're
know?
trying. He's saying like you're giving somebody advice, right? You're like, listen to these three.
I don't think that's what he's saying at all. He just said,
I
"What's
thought that's
your
what
he-
top three?
Well, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What do you
if
like?"
you were like your,
What do you
your
like?
personal preference, you would tell somebody else like, oh, okay, so
Right.
if you could listen to these three people, then go ahead. Yeah, so you would. Tell
I'm
them.
that.
So you're telling someone to listen to this music.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm making the
Okay.
example of it. If you know what I'm saying, I assume it'd be your favorite artists or.
For
you know
me,
what I'm
it's
saying, that
it's
such that you're
super
like-
difficult to say
Huh.
every single one, right? Because that's hard. But
Cross, you know
so
what
I'm
saying,
just gonna go
cross-genre.
with three rappers. I know off the jump I would go Cole and Nas. Like you gotta listen to Cole and Nas. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I just feel like
Cole.
you want to listen to Cole because that's a modern Nas to me. You know, that's kind of what the thing
But
is.
then
That's
that
kind of
just
painted.
what makes it that much more like.
But then you can go to Nas to get that 80s, that 90s feel. You know what I
Yeah, no
mean?
doubt,
So
no
like
doubt.
and Nas is the best storyteller of all time, bro. He's the best story. Nas might be the greatest rapper of all time, bro.
I don't remember what interview
Honestly,
it was,
he
but
really might be.
his beat selection. He had some classic beats. But
That's
I feel
my
like on
favorite-
other songs that he carried.
That's what people don't know a lot though. Is like early in Nas's days, like he decided not to try and go that route of I'm a rock on beats like that. If you listen to most of his shit from when he gets into his later albums, it's just jazz instrumentals. That's all he raps on is jazz instrumentals.
Right.
Every
right.
song that you hear lately, it's just jazz instrumental. That's all it is. It's just jazz beats. And I fucking love it, bro. There's so
Yeah,
many. Bro, that
there's-
last album, I don't know if it's the last time or the one before that. I think the last one he dropped was had daughters on. I can't remember,
Get
but
them trumpets in there, man. Some trombones.
bro,
Little
that one song, "The World Is an Addiction," everybody should go listen to it, dog. I knew Nas had talent when I was a kid, and I heard Rewind. I don't know if you ever heard that, where he spits an entire song backwards. And you're just like, what the fuck? He spits an entire song backwards. So,
Oh man, it's like.
but
you know, I
but
haven't
then on
listened
top
to
of
him in
that,
so
but on
long.
top of that, he smacked on me One Mic,
Yeah.
which is a classic
have-
forever.
And that one banged everywhere. And he also had that one I forgot where he had all the kids in the music video. Like, you remember that one?
I
it's
know
like-
I can
Yeah.
be what I want to be.
Yeah.
If I work hard at it,
And when you're a
I'll
kid,
be where I want to
you're a
be.
kid, that bitch is a slapper,
That's
man.
remember in John Brewer, that was every morning.
Yeah.
In John Brewer, that was every morning he used to
That
play
was-
that. I know I can. That was a slapper, bro.
That was a good. Be what I want to
that
be.
One Mic show was that shit was so
One
hard
mic,
to me
one
as a
mic was
kid.
good. Yeah.
Was he like bullets ricochet from the spots that I'm hiding in? Fiend drops his Heineken. Whoops. that shit was so hard to me. I don't know, man. Bullets.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then,
I mean, like,
All right,
yeah,
so
you-
you're third.
My
Oh, my
favorite,
bad, my bad.
No,
my
no,
favorite
you're
song
good,
from
you're good.
Nas though, man, is probably that Message song. I love that song so much. It just goes in, just body shit. There's always been, but That World Is an Addiction is a close one. Third one, if I'm keeping it rapping, off the top of my head, not
Just-
thinking about it too much, I'm going Lupe.
Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe's up there
yeah,
with one
banger.
of the top 10 rappers to me ever.
Yeah, like Lupe has
I think
those
Lupe's
songs.
a top 10 rapper of all time.
Lupe has those
It's
songs
sad.
like at points, and you're just
I
like,
feel like he just
whoa,
hasn't had that much
like, he-
content.
See, I feel like you just haven't gotten deep into Lupe, but we also might
No,
like
I mean
different
now,
things. But like
continued,
Like if you ever heard like Intruder Alert from Lupe, bro, it's like you're like this is a different level of talent.
that's why I didn't know about
This is
until
a-
you showed me.
This is
Yeah,
a
that one.
different level of talent. And then you smack that on. Oh, he made Kick Push, which was a radio hit.
Yeah.
Then what's the other song?
He had,
Hip Hop Saved My Life.
Hey, yeah, Hip Hop Saved My
Another
Life.
banger, bro. Superstar.
That was a radio. That was a
Superstar.
radio
I
bang
remember
too.
Super
What
Yeah.
about
Kick
The
Push.
Show Goes On?
Yeah, yeah,
Another
yeah,
banger,
yeah,
dog.
true.
Lupe. Get out of here, dog. Lupe's bro. And when you go
No,
into his
what up?
albums outside of his radio hits, it's just bangers. It's shit like Intruder Alert.
I would
Yeah.
compare
You know
him
what I
to
mean?
Pharrell almost because he just
Not even close.
You
Not
don't
even
think
close, bro.
Pharrell and
Not even close, bro.
Yeah, Pharrell.
How
That's an
many
iffy one.
How many Pharrell beats
Dog.
that are just so
Bro,
legendary?
He's a great engineer. He's a great engineer.
I think you might be I think you might be like the first. I don't know, man.
Lupe's
like
a top 10 lyricist of all time. Simple as that, bro. To me, straight up. I don't give a fuck. It's said, dog. That's straight up said, dog. Some of the sickest wordplay you ever see in this life, dog. You ever see in your life?
You know, he's definitely like a great fucking lyricist. I think also in that category. I mean, like I don't know, just cheesy. Like, I mean, it's not top 3, but I mean, like, of course, like, you got like your usual like Eminem up there. Eminem's up there, of course.
See, but like for me, it's like I wouldn't even. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you're good. You're good.
I wouldn't even. I didn't want to even put Eminem there because
Exactly,
I can't even recognize no more because I feel like his songs were that time type of songs. You know what I mean? Like at that time, Toy Soldiers smacked. If I got you listening to Toy Soldiers now, you wouldn't even know who Benzino is. Like you wouldn't get the Ja Rule beef. You know what I mean? Like when you knew about the Ja Rule beef, you was like, damn, you just lost proof. Like you'd have to explain all that to he had just lost his best friend. He would beef with
you think so though?
Yeah,
like,
bro. If you listen to Toy Soldiers, for sure.
I don't know, man.
The entire song is about.
I also have a frame of reference though, so I guess I'm pretty biased.
He's got that one little bar.
Of course, I'll listen and be like, "Oh yeah, that did happen."
I'm supposed to be the lead, and my crew looks for me to guide them on some shit that just could pop off. I'm supposed to be beside them. The Josh and I tried to squash it.
It's so weird. You have all that shit just like pent up in your head.
Yeah. Oh, it's stored out there. Yeah.
Like,
Toy Soldiers, I'll knock every song. Every song. I need to be the lead, and my crew looks for me to guide them on some punch that's pop off. I'm supposed to be beside them. Never drag him in battles.
That was your MySpace bio,
bro.
Your MySpace died.
I remember I was going to a fight one time. That's what I was playing. I'm like, I'll never drag him in battles that I can handle. That's absolutely. I just.
That was like Your Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah. But like one of my favorite songs ever is Eminem "Sing for the Moment." Like that'll always be one of my favorite songs ever. Yeah. But I feel like it don't smack with everybody. When I named those 3 people right there, I was like, nobody could ever listen to those 3 people and not appreciate the music.
Well, I don't think so. That with Lupe, man. I think people will.
I don't agree. If you properly listen to the shit, if I played those songs I just named, every single one of those songs, 7 tracks right there.
I know those songs about.
You would be like, that's.
I'm saying like someone who doesn't listen to Lupe, like I think you might give it to them, like especially like nowadays, and I don't think it would get it. Like you, maybe a True Alert, they'd be like, what is this?
Like, no, I wouldn't play a True Alert. That would be like the 7th song you would play. Like you would start out with Superstar, just let him feel something like that. Like, look, he can make this, and then you would go Show Goes On. You know what I mean? Like, look, that's 2 bangers. That is 2 bangers that people really were playing.
I don't think people. I think that's why Lupe doesn't get what he deserves because people don't know Lupe. People don't know Lupe.
See, but I think it's just because people like you are forgetting about what he said. Because I'm about to name another banger. Words I never said. Remember, he had that too.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Like, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. But I think this is why he doesn't get it. That's all I'm saying.
It was that loud ass chorus where it was like words inside my head. I forgot what he says, but he got some hard ass things.
Yeah.
What he says that the last bars he said.
Break me,
that last couple bars he says where he's like, I think that all the silence is worse than all the violence. Fear is such a weak emotion. That's why I despise it. I always like that bar so much, man.
And then you have that where he's like scared of what you might think of me. I can't even tell you the truth.
Scared of what you, exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, just another time where he just proved how great he is, man. But what I'm saying is, most of the time people choose something and you go like a guy like Lupe, and they don't got the radio hits to back it up. He might not have the biggest hits in the world, but I just think 5 radio hits that he was on the radio for.
He does have the radio hits to
back
him up.
So that says something for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, that says something.
But I think you'd have to remind them. You'd have to remind them,
Yeah, exactly. Like I just did.
Like, he would get, exactly, like.
But, like, it's hard to name.
You ask somebody, Lupe doesn't come up in their top 10. Then you remind them, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're right.
The resume. He's not going to do with the resume,
exactly,
right?
You straight up pull that resume.
Yeah. Because, listen, name a rapper with 5 radio hits.
You don't think that was because of
outside of the top guys?
Well, nowadays I think it's ridiculously easy to get like a radio hit with like some of these people because like you have more platforms than you ever had, and then you have this fucking weird viralness that you get. Like Tekashi blew up off viralness.
I think all them songs I just named from Lupe wouldn't be on the radio, probably besides Superstar, maybe. I think that's the only one. I don't think none of them will be on the radio nowadays. On 92Q, you wouldn't hear that.
No.
You heard every song I just named. You heard on 92Q once.
You hear kick,
Maybe not Kick Push.
You'll still hear Kick Push every once in a while.
You might not hear it on 92Q.
You hear like
you might hear it on 104.3.
If you ever go to like a city organized like event or anything like a city organized festival,
Yeah, if you go to Soundgarden,
you'll hear some Kick Push. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll hear that.
It's a great song.
It's a great song. You know, it's family friendly. You know.
So where you going with, Reed? Well, sorry, you didn't finish your last two. So you got M.
Well, I wasn't gonna be in my top three. You know, just trying to piece together like the top.
Are you just fucking
10.
around with us?
Well, to the top 10. You know, the piece about the top 10 we're working with right now.
Oh, a piece of the top 10.
I thought we're forming a picture from there. You know.
No, he was asking the three. I named three.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, oh man,
three you would recommend. Say your son's 13. Your son's 13. He's getting.
I don't. So I mean, so just off the top of my head, you know, I think NF is really good. I like NF a lot, man. I like him a lot. But I do have one thing with NF, and that's just for me. A lot of his songs sound the same, even though they all touch on different content. I think a lot of them sound the same. You know, that's all I'm saying.
If we're gonna speak on NF
is great. NF,
if you want to talk about like my top three rappers nowadays, NF's in there. Like if he's not number one, you know what I mean? He's right there in one or two.
Yeah, I mean,
like I would say like it's NF or Polo G. Like that would be my top two right there. Switch out.
NF, yeah. If you don't know NF, the search.
It's sad because
you don't even know how many bangers. I could send you 10 NF bangers, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not like nothing you've ever seen before.
No, I know, literally. I know,
100%.
I'm just going something that was like recently out there. You know, like this was like a viral song. Like the search is a viral song right now, like or recently. Well, I mean, like there's I think he has NF 1, 2, and 3. I believe
he's also got that other song
Mansion
out right now.
He has the album The Mansion. To bring pretty much every fucking song on that one I fuck with. Like I mean, I fuck with a lot of his old shit. I can't
love his songs.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I listened to this guy's first album, I was like, he's gonna be out of content. Like, cause he was like, this one of these dudes who like they rap off of their pain and shit. It's the same thing M did. And it's like, okay, that's going to last an album or two. Then you're just going to repeat yourself. That dude has proved otherwise, bro. Yeah. He has proved otherwise that he is nice lyrically. He can write a song. He doesn't even cuss. He understands switching his flows. His hooks flow right into his.
I got to check him
out. Bro, he's technical as fuck.
NF, NF's number one right now as far as current rappers to me. Yeah. NF is a 9 out of 10 right now to me, bro.
NF.
Literally.
This might sound like fucked up, but I actually like found out who he was because I was trying to type in NFL and I'm being serious.
And he has a good thing going for him.
That is good.
You forget the L real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, NF. Oh, his shit's pumping right now. I mean, like in his most recent song, the one bar that I fucks with a lot, yo, he's like, am I even relevant? It depends how you measure it. Or take a measurement and then back it up and give me the evidence. And I was just like, bro, it's just like my brain went stupid right there. I can point out that like anything on like that whole song right there. He was saying shit like, your brain is what you. I can't remember it right now, man. But like, you gotta look up the search.
Have you ever heard like
Memory
that song? That song you got Dreams.
Dreams. That's early. That's early on. Yeah, I think early on.
No, it's like an album.
Is that recent?
Not his most recent album. The one before that.
Might as well save that NF too.
Oh,
yeah, just like
NF, bro. Yeah. Dreams and Only. Like that's two songs I would definitely recommend, bro. That's two good. No, just
because I mean
the way he switches flows is like you don't expect it from a white guy. You don't expect a white guy to sound that good.
And his beats are like he uses a lot of like string instruments I've seen.
His beats are perfect.
It's very orchestral, you know? It's like an orchestra.
When he comes in on that dream sheet, he's like, most of my life was full of sad days. Started at a young age, yo. That shit like hits different, bro. On some goth shit or something. Like you're like, somebody pulled a key.
Orchestral shit.
Somebody pulled a key on his
I heard it, but from
it's very. I think you'll like it a lot. I think you'll like NFL a lot.
He says that one part where he's like, I got all these. He says something like, I got these memories that I like to load them up, and truthfully, I like to load them up and fire something like that. And then he's like switches it where he goes like, that's so sad to see. That's so sad to see. The way he switches it, bro. You're like. Listen, like I said, I'm not Diddy or nothing like that, but bro, I like to think I got an ear for music, dog. The way that when you see somebody that can switch shit like that, he don't even gotta say the right things. That dude can be successful just with the way he knows how to blend his words and his music.
Right.
Like, I think that
That's
guy's gonna be huge, bro. And he don't even cuss. It's amazing. He doesn't say a cuss word in any raps.
No,
And he's got 3 albums of 16 songs a piece at least of just lyricism. Ain't none of his shit short and with some basic shit. It's nothing but bars.
Who's that again?
NF.
NF. There you go. You said 16 albums?
No,
Oh,
he
that's
got
other-
16 songs on like
16
3 albums.
things, I got
He's got
you,
about
yeah.
50 songs out right
And
now.
like-
Him bodying.
And this is the thing, like he's just now kind of like making it to the radio. Like
Yeah.
I think they play him like 99.1.
For me now, it's like-
sometimes,
I think
you
he's an
know?
older rapper though. Isn't he?
I think he's.
young.
I think he's an older guy.
24, 25
Is
years
he?
old, dog.
Is he, bro?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I get.
Because the picture I seen, I was like,
He looks old, man.
Yeah,
He
bro.
look
That's
old, bro.
young, bro. They got that. You can look up on YouTube the video of him freestyling for a record deal. NF, yeah.
He's 28.
28, okay. That ain't bad. That's great.
just spitting in front of an A&R and just fucking going off. He's like, you know what? You're gonna get signed.
So many bars he says. So it's just
This
like.
car.
What? Yeah, no. What
Oh,
what you
what I'm gonna
say?
say
I
is.
was joking.
The fuck you just say, bro? Say like, hold up, you had to like, rewind that one back. We got you, bro.
All I'm saying, people, is I can name 10 good NF songs, bro. 10. That's a crazy number to me. To be able to name that quick in his career, out of that many albums, to be able to name 10 songs that I personally would replay over and over. That's just, it's a super mark to me that makes me think like this dude's definitely gonna be up there for one of my favorite rappers of all time already.
100%, man. I
That's
love
how
it, man.
like bro. You listen to his shit, and you're ready to cry. You're ready to cry, bro. But then you hear something where he knows how to make a radio hit, bro.
Yeah.
He got that one shit right now that's blown up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's been in the.
If
the
we go to bed
circulation
angry, and you still hate me.
I don't know.
Yo, that song. That's like a big one. That's a big one right now.
I just remember
It's called Time.
I remember he did this search, and he had one before that. I think it was like the music video was like with the trash truck. Like he was
Oh yeah, I don't like that song. See, I don't like that song.
But all I'm saying is that one just
corny.
circulated around.
You gotta listen to that guy's albums, bro. And I'm telling you, I will personally send you.
Bro, I've listened to him, bro.
I'll personally send you
Looking at
10
me.
fucking songs, bro, that are great, man. They are great songs, and it's one of them songs where it goes. It might not even be your kind of music, but if you know music, you make music, you would go, this guy's super talented. Might not be for me. You might not play this on the block while you're trapping. You might not play this when you're about to go to the club.
Right.
But like this dude
Still
is
good
super fucking talented. Though he talks about nothing but life lessons. He bodies it and makes it sound good. It's the full. He's the white Drake. More lyrical, bro. Up there with being right there with Drake. Because I respect Drake's lyrics. I really do. A lot of people don't, but I think Drake's just like dumb lyrical.
And people who think that's disrespectful don't know NF. They don't know NF. It's a great category to be in. Let's just be clear.
Bro,
if anybody's down it, just look up NF.
I do not say this shit like this, bro. I do not say shit like this, bro. I did not even expect NF to be this good to me. When I heard his first album, I was like, all right, I thought I had him pegged. These last 2 albums have just blown me away, bro. I think he's
How were you when you listened to his first shit?
This is like he's released like 3 albums in 2 years. This is like recent shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did take a break though, and then has just recently started coming back with shit. So.
Like the one shit about his mom, like, oh man, he's just, dude is dumb talented, bro. Like if, oh man, I would like to be like a music exec, like signing agent. Cause I'm telling you, dog, I know what's
You think you have a great roster in your hands?
Like I said, like we talked about before, I can only say I got an ear for music, but that might not be your ear for music, right?
A&Rs.
I like to think that I personally know when something slaps, bro. And I can see it from any angle. Like I can see it, oh, this is a lyrical slap. Oh, this is a beat slap. Oh, this is a turn up slap. It's different things.
Just that beat slap.
Because like I would sign NF, but I would sign Waka Flocka. You get what I'm saying? Because I could see.
You signed Gucci.
You
signed Gucci.
Bro, Gucci is not even in that level of Waka with me. I always said that about Gucci. I think Gucci is lyrical. Gucci dropped so many albums so fast, ridiculous amounts, and it's not just bullshit. Like people had that little Gucci versus Young Jeezy shit. Wasn't even close to me. Gucci's 4 times the artist that fucking Young Jeezy is, bro.
See, I love
Jeezy's washed. I feel like
I
G's
don't.
always
I-
hard.
Yeah,
G-
exactly. I don't
he's-
like
he's
G,
out,
man.
and you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
He
Rehabilitated
never
and
was
shit.
good to me.
He's so
He's-
flat.
Yeah.
It's so
He's back-
flat.
And he's got
back
some
right.
shit where it's like Soul Survivor.
I think
Making music.
I think
you
he's
know what I'm saying,
kind of
putting out
rolled with like
content.
that white
He's back
rap
right.
sound he has going on, where he's just like this is what white rap sounds like. You know, like you're just flat and stale, pretty much, just like a fucking cracker, because he's a cracker.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that meme video where it was like Logic and Eminem be like, "Nimmin, cinnamon, filling him, illing him, killing him, filling him, squilling him, billing him."
Yeah,
with the white
Crystal
yellow.
Lee or something like that.
Yeah, he was like trying to.
Oh
He
yeah,
did good
Krista
as
Elliott,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I seen that video.
He tried to do the speed shit afterward. Like he got.
He did it good as
faster,
shit.
and I
He's
just
like,
was
"Oh,
like-
talking about school to put
I just remember the part where he slowed
Yeah,
down.
I fucks with that guy, man. That guy's funny as shit. He's always been solidified in my comedy book just because of when he was on Workaholics. And like he showed up, he was like the child predator that they tried to track down. And he showed up, he was like, "What's up, man? Name's Topher. Yeah, but you can call me Toph, man. I can get you in." And like he's trying to get him in like the penthouse, like the magazine, penthouse. And he's just like, "Yeah, man, Topher, I can get you in the penthouse, man." Like, he's just like conning them with women while he tries to fuck little kids. Like, it's just,
God.
but like, it's a great. It was just a great episode. But like, he's funny as shit there. What's up, man?
It's weird to think
Name's
like
Topher.
I feel like I like I don't know if I could
Dark,
be a
but they-
comedian because like I don't know if I could like write a joke. You know what I mean? But I feel like I could do like improv.
It's
You know, like improv something.
My
out
friend
there.
Matthew does. He goes to this spot.
Shout out Matthew.
In Canton Square, and yeah.
Dude, let's go do some improv.
it's
I know the spot too.
Improv,
Let's go.
It's
I'm-
El Buffalo.
Let's go to improv tomorrow night.
and then it's just go on stage, just free it.
I
Yeah,
always,
just
I'm not
walk
gonna
on
make
stage.
shit work, bro.
See, I don't think I.
See, I
I'd
think
be a
I'm
stand-up
better
comedian.
at doing that. Of like you say something, then I try and come back with a do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead
you
of me
pick
being
him
like,
back.
"Sorry, I was friend." Man, it's mom. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
trying to like, that's always tough.
You gotta have your version of like those like setups though. You know, it's weird. Like
Delivery.
it's weird when people
Delivery and
talk
shit.
about like comedy like really like analytically because people are always just like, "Oh, why you get so in depth? It's just being funny." Well, it's not.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
you have that setup, you have that control. It's like when people talk about DJing. There's a thing that separates being a good DJ
There's
and being
more
a
than
fucking
just pressing
awesome
a button.
DJ.
Even though it is
Exactly.
pressing buttons, there's
Or
more than
just
pressing a
mixing
button.
songs together. It's the right songs. It's the right songs at the right moments as you control the energy in the room.
Right mixing.
Isn't
You
it
know?
weird how Skrillex had like that little drive for a sec?
Well, I mean,
Like,
he
he just
has,
had it all coming out for a second.
he has his own. Well, no, he has his own label now. And he just puts other people out there. Like I think Marshmello is part of. I don't know though. Marshmello might be on his own shit. I have
He's
no
such
idea.
a weird looking
but-
dude too, ain't he?
Yeah.
The mask is tough.
Yeah, like someone came to
No, I'm talking about
someone came to me then. They're like, "Bro, man, you look like Skrillex,
Oh.
bro." And it's like
someone could have said that. Though.
just a long haired Asian guy, I guess.
He's not even Asian.
Exactly,
like that,
you know, but he's squinty. I think he is a little Asian.
Is it?
I think he's a little
White
Asian.
guy to
I
me.
think so. You know, I don't know.
White geeky guy.
Yeah, I don't know. He might be a white boy. It might be a white boy. I don't know. But I mean, like, yeah, he has his own like record label. But he did ride that wave. You know what I'm saying? He rode that wave pretty hard.
I wish there was like a job that I could have where it's just like an ear. I just wanted to be called an ear for music. Where I just like people call me in before they release their album.
I just like, listen to this, man. Is he gonna hit?
I'm just like,
Deadass. I think
I would
that's,
change. I would
that's part
change
of
it.
what like an A&R is. Like, they're
But
the
they'd be
people
like,
that,
they'd be like, who the fuck are you?
listen to the artist and
You know
such.
what I
and,
mean?
you know what I'm saying? Bring in new talent. And
Like,
everything.
what the fuck you
How
doing
could
here?
anybody tell you what's gonna slap?
Yeah,
they're,
because
they're the ones that listen to it. They're like, okay, so I'm about to bring you to the label.
but you don't
then-
know because I mean, like, what
Yeah.
slaps for one person isn't gonna slap.
Like,
Hey,
I
that's
would've
why
never
I
thought
think
that Bobby
the label has
Shmurda
the,
shit
the
would've
label has
slapped.
the control to.
But it
listen.
did.
What? Oh,
The Bobby Shmurda shit.
yeah.
Like I never thought that would have blown up like how it did. But like people heard it and it was like slaps.
But that was
And
also
it was like the dance.
that was a
too.
beat
The
slap, man.
dance. But it was
That
just
was-
like
That was a hard ass beat slap though. That was a hard ass beat slap, man.
Yeah.
that was a beat slap.
That was
yeah.
one of the. That was like one of like the first bangers. Like I mean, I should say like one of the first big bangers I played in a car. Like really fucking.
That
Loud. That's
was-
when you
that
know
that was fun.
when it's a
You bought a
banger.
system.
When it's a banger beat. When you play it on turned all the way up in your car through the auxiliary, and you just gotta let that shit blare out. That's when you know. Bobby Shmurda, straight up beat fucking slap. But Bobby Bitch, that was a great song, man. Man, it's like Bobby do karate, bitch. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that-
dropping bodies, bitch.
Those were his two turn up songs that just feel like they were the viral shit that helped him.
So many people just had like just smack that one time, bro. They can't do it again.
Smack what?
The radio, the one time. Like,
oh
like,
yeah.
you remember
Well, he got locked up. It's unfair.
Nah, you know who was one guy that I'm thinking of though? Remember K Camp? Wasn't that his name? Money baby, money baby, money baby.
He actually had a song about a year ago that was really fucking good.
It was like a singing song.
Yeah.
He had a radio. He had something else on a music video.
He had this one song. I got to look at what it was like, wine or some shit. It was something like that. But that was a
You know,
banging
it was a
song.
low key artist that's just been getting it forever. Jeremiah. Jeremiah just always finding a way to smack another R&B beat on there.
I mean, wasn't he the guy? Didn't he just come out and it's like talk about like he was saying that like he doesn't like all like the women rappers or some shit like that's Dupree. No, Jeremiah Dupree. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Nah,
anyway,
I think you're talking about another guy. Hey.
it's perfect. It's a toasty, toasty Bud Light Limes.
Would any of y'all want a Bud? Yes, no, maybe. It's actually cool.
I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good. I just wish you would just smash on your forehead and just like shotgun that bitch, you know?
Fucking.
I was like,
would you kill a bitch that gave you an STD?
Yeah,
what would you do to a bitch that gave you an STD?
Well,
I would be.
I think there's different
upset.
levels.
God, I don't know.
Isn't there different anger levels for different STDs?
Is it?
If it was like,
but that means you.
shit.
But listen, that means you would have gave me anything.
But there,
even if it's just got a
very true. Very true.
Not saying that it's not as bad as getting anything.
You did not care about giving me anything.
You're angrier with herpes than you are with the clap. I'm just saying, because herpes for life, homie. Those don't go nowhere.
You think so?
Homie, I'm just saying.
I better crack
it's like,
that one.
It's like
little gene edit.
You get the clap. I feel like I feel like you start blaming yourself a little bit. You get herpes. That's that bitch's fault, man. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing about it though is like if you got the clap, it's kind of just you suffering in your own dwelling. You know what I mean?
What's the thing? She has the clap. Like,
it sounds funny.
If you got herpes though, you got bumps on your lip and shit. Like you have physical
or on your dick, and they're for life.
You have physical signs.
Yeah. I remember. I'd always ask Tyler Tucker. I'd always ask him, "Would you rather have a baby or herpes?" He's like, "I'd rather have herpes." I'm just like, "Why? Like herpes for life, bro? Just take that kid. Take that kid real quick." Like,
kids for life.
18. It's technically
Is it?
Herpes.
Oh my god.
Where's their fees?
Herpes.
They stick around.
Yeah, we just pay child support and just.
How many kids really leave when they're 18 nowadays? I don't think it's a lot. I think they stay.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely people stay a lot longer. I think that's a real statistic. You know, that's a real thing. It's a real
Most
statistic.
people I know.
Well, exactly. You know, you stay there.
Most people I know stay.
And you safe. You just go. Well, that's the idea, at least.
I wish.
Yeah, that's the idea.
But the thing is, I would have still been wasting money.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
I wish I had like a mom and dad I could move in right now and not pay nothing for a year. You know, and I just grind and save up, and then I make a move.
To have a situation where you can save is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if
you
could, why not?
People don't understand that. People take shit for granted so much, man.
Well, and even people like you literally like that's what it. I mean, I also think like the temptation and like when you do live on like like a paycheck basis. It's like you do like people do go out of their way to get that feel good with what they are reaping. Like they don't notice the light bills on. Like they don't notice that versus like maybe they eat out that night or some shit.
I mean, I just knew from like personal experience. Like there was a time if I could have been saving up more money, and I was literally thinking like, oh well, I can spend $1.50 at the bar. Even sometimes you get the opportunity and you don't realize it, or you're still too young to to take advantage of it. Like you're saying,
like if you can,
like you don't want to miss out on things.
Some people
like that's kind of, they call it
some
FOMO.
people get too comfortable and complacent and shit.
You know how they call it FOMO though, like fear of missing out. Like that's what they call it. Like I feel like I had that. FOMO. Like when I was about 21, I feel like I had that where it was like, you know what? If we was going out, I was gonna go out. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to miss out. I didn't want to hear a story tomorrow about what this person did
yo,
You know what I mean?
power
Or,
plant was wild.
exactly. I never want to hear that. I never want to hear that. So I'm like, you know what? I go out 3 times, $70 a night. I'm good. You know what I mean? You're like, could have been saving $150 a week.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to like Fed Hill or some shit. Just bring $100 and then.
Oh, if you go drinking anywhere,
that's
bro.
why Voltus was just the worst because it's like for $20 you could drink all night for free. And you're just like, I'm going for $20. I'm going. I'm not gonna not go to a live ass party for $20 where I drink for free. You could tell me that's anywhere and I'd be going.
See, I never. See, I was just like, nah. It's never the voltage type. It's just. It was. I'm also not nightclub type.
Yeah.
But
I like. I feel like you've never completely let loose, Steve. Or like, I feel like once you do that the first time, you kind of get addicted to it.
So like, listen. This is the one thing I'm realizing now more than ever. I don't think I mix good with alcohol, man. Like the past couple times I've done it, it's just hit me so bad, no matter how little or more that.
Yeah, but like last time we drank, you said I didn't eat nothing.
Yeah,
like, come
100%.
on, dog. You're setting yourself up for failure if you don't drink and you don't eat nothing and you drink.
100%. But I mean, like, even before that, I just
that Henny and Coke was down.
Yeah. Always try to have a cup of water.
Oh yeah, 100%. That was another thing. There was no water all fucking night.
But you gotta eat before. That's number one.
But water would have helped because I would have just got some water in me.
I don't think so, bro. If you just got
no water for 4 hours,
I feel like if I did the same thing, Steve,
I would have been good.
I didn't throw up.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I mean, like, I also don't handle alcohol as good. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's like.
I'm saying I feel like you didn't handle it as good because you had nothing in your stomach. Like when
yeah,
you just got,
but that's just, but that's,
you just got
but listen, but that's not the only.
That's
just like that's not my only comparison point though. Where it's like it's been the past couple of times, no matter what I did to prepare for it. You know what I'm saying?
Then the other time, I remember you throwing up, like you took that big ass dumbass shot for no reason.
Well,
like you're doing shit.
Well, listen, even before
bro,
that,
one time.
Well, even before, like I've done.
I don't know if you remember Chaz, but my sister Chaz.
I've done like 5 beers and like
I was like, I wonder what Captain and what was it like Henny would taste like together. And Chaz poured this big ass.
It wasn't Henny. I think it was like Crown or something.
Yeah, something like that, like this big, bro. And she was like, Steve, taste it, like telling him to take a sip. And Steve took the whole shot.
Yeah,
and threw up. So it's like when you do shit like that, it's like, yeah, you're gonna throw up.
Triple, yeah, it was like a triple. I mean, like that's not my only comparative point, Like, it's just been like no matter what. Like, I mean, like I said, I've drunk like 5 or 6 beers, and it's been like I've drunk like 3 or 4 and got like a really fucking crazy headache. No matter what food on my stomach or whatever,
more likely than not, though. If you don't have that on your stomach, then it's your body's just gonna reject it.
One instance of the many that bad experience I've had, no matter what.
I was gonna say I named 2 right there. Yeah, your last couple.
Yeah, but like I said, like I've drunk like 3 or 4 beers, just didn't feel good. Whether it was like I ate something or drunk some water with it, whatever, it's just
more sensitive stomach.
Yeah, I think I'm better without the alcohol. Now Molly might be a little different story. Just go into some Molly.
Do you feel like you ever gave like 100% freedom though, even on Molly? Because I feel like I've never seen that from you.
Oh no, Philly and the DC one was like, I think one of the ones.
You think you gave 100?
I don't remember, a portion of DC. I remember a portion of DC and Philadelphia was pretty fucking gone.
Toward the beginning, right? It wasn't.
Like the whole night you go. Like I mean, we took a lot of Molly though, and I didn't.
He took a lot of Molly.
It was like in and out. You were like in and out. A little bit.
Well, in DC, I don't remember like the first like hour. Like there's like a little black spot, and I just like I remember being at the rave again. Philadelphia, like I mean, like I said, like we would take like three, we would take like 1 or 2 grams of Molly or some shit like that, or 1.5 grams of Molly, some shit. Like,
what I'm saying is like I know like there's a point that I hit of drunkenness or anything like Molly, drunkenness, whatever it is, where I just literally can give a 0 fuck, and I end up going out there and just doing shit on the dance floor that I would never even think of doing.
Right.
And for some reason, like. It's just like 100% freedom, like you just don't care.
Yeah.
I've never seen it from Rique neither. I ain't went out with him that many times, but I've never seen that where like I seen you just 100% free.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel that.
That was like mad long.
I've seen you rock off, but I've always felt like there's still that little bit of ego dripping in where you're like, I got women watching.
Well, I got. I also have to go out more to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? It's
For
like
me, it's like I just hit this point. It don't really matter where I'm at. I just kind of hit this point with alcohol where I'm just like, you just don't care. Like you just literally, it's like a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. It's the same thing with Molly.
I've been
so
I'm
fucked
like
up. You're
like I
just
remember like the one night that like one of the best nights I had where I feel like I drunk a lot and got to that point. Like it was like the power like when we went to power plant with like Jeff and all them. Like when we went that time. I think you went too.
Yeah,
you were
you
there.
took the picture. And I still have
Yeah,
it on
yeah,
Instagram.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, when we went and did that, like I mean, I feel like I drunk a lot. We were out all night. I don't think I went 100, but I feel like I went, more so
That
than
was
what
the
I've
most
done.
I've ever seen from you. I think that was the most I've ever seen from you.
That was a great night. That was a fucking great
But I
night.
know, like at power plant, like when we were first out there, like we're not drunk and we really aren't moving. Like there's music and we're just kind of like, yeah, like we're just pussies. We're sober pussies. And then like we had like 2 Henny and Cokes, and like next thing you know, you're like, you just dumb kid. Seriously,
exactly.
seriously, bro, out of nowhere, yo. Like out of nowhere, you're just like, well, you know what? I think I want to dance.
There was one point that night where it was like, like I was just like, I feel like I hit that moment for like 10, 15 seconds real quick. I feel like I was like really low in some like shit, but like it can't snap right back because like it just snapped right back. Yeah, it just snapped right back.
It's so weird for me, man. It's like I used to have that so hard. I remember like when I first went out for like I'd say like the first almost year, I just would be the guy on the outside watching people dance, and I'd be like, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
And literally, like eventually, I remember I'm just like,
I mean, but then you're out there, then it's just they're in a situation that you.
But the thing is, like, what did I do on the side? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what fun did I have on the side? All I did was pay somebody extra money to get drunk.
I mean, I don't
Like,
think. I mean, I feel sorry for the person that does.
This is how I explain it to my nephew, right? It's like this is exactly my thought process of what happens, right?
It's like go get her, have fun.
You reach this point of where you want to go out, right? You're going out for women. Like that's what you're originally going out for. When you're a single man, you're going out there because you want to like, where can I meet women at? Oh,
right.
Women here. I'm going to dance with women. Yeah. So you go there. You go out a couple times and you realize, oh, you don't just bring a woman home every time you go out. You don't just have a one night stand whenever you want it and shit like that. You realize that. And then you go, well, I'm going to the club. And now you're like salty that you went there the whole time and you didn't come back with a woman. Well, if you go there and you just dance, you're never mad, bro. Like you always had fun.
Right,
you always had fun.
You just got cut loose.
Because you're just like, nah. Maybe people are laughing at me, but who cares? I had fun. Like, I
exactly.
Had fun.
Yeah, you definitely got cut loose, Yeah, I feel like I got to go out more to like kind of like get up to that point and just kind of like let it go, whatever.
I remember one time, like me and Mario, we went out with 6 guys, man. We went out with 6 guys, and me and Mario got so drunk off these like $1 tequila shots, and we just danced in the middle all night. I don't even remember looking for a girl to dance with. You know what I mean? We just straight up danced in the middle all night. And all people did that we were with was clown us. So they're all just like, bro, y'all just dance with each other all night in the middle. But like to me and Mario, when we talk about it, we're like, yeah, that shit was so much fun. You know what I mean? Like we just remember being in the middle, like, yeah, we don't remember that.
Yeah.
They seen it because they were on the outside watching us. Going, oh, look at that. But to us, that was a fun night. They didn't have a fun night.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither one of us got women. You know what I'm saying? But we had a fun night.
When they tell people about that night, they talk about you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we talk about how we was going off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, and
perspective.
And they don't even remember that night a year later. Why you guys will always remember that night. Like they won't remember that night. They won't remember that night,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I just feel like personally, like it's that workup. Like do you dance a lot, Rique? When you go out, you dancer?
I
you dancer?
It's like a snowball effect.
I feel like as a Spanish man, you have to dance. You have to dance good too.
I've seen Rique do a little something.
I feel like you have rhythm just because
you're
not white.
I've never seen Rique go like 100%. Like when I see somebody just throwing their legs around.
Voltage. There was one.
Most of the times when you're going,
you were going off.
The thing is, most of the time when Rique is at the point where he can go off like that, he's just too drunk to go off like that. He's just too wet. He's big. You know what I mean? Like. He's only gonna do what he's gonna do. He's out there, but it's like he's literally.
Especially if it's
I ain't gonna try no crazy shit.
Especially if it's on like a crowded or in like a crowded spot. Go somewhere, Fells, Fed Hill.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The worst is when it's crowded, bro. You seen how it was at power plant. You're just like you don't even want to dance.
Because we were trying to push up, and it's just like, I remember at one point I was locked on these stairs next to a trash can. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
I
remember
gotta
that.
get out of
What?
here. Well, there's like a trash can people do, just like because Stevie Aoki was there. There's so many people crowding in that main middle area, like near the back, like
We
near
were on a
from
step.
Mosaic. Yeah, there's like a little step down on the step from the sidebar next. That's PBR that they opened up.
We realized we were in the spot that no one in there wanted to be in.
Exactly.
This is a horrible spot to even stand in. It's just painful. You're just next to the trash. You got no room. You're on a step.
You got
It's horrible. We're just like, get the fuck out of here.
Someone's usually right over your shoulder because you're a step down. So now they're over top you, like just like.
And that's the thing, like at raves and shit. Like if you're not ready to go 100%, you're gonna be mad that other people are, because people are gonna bump you and like do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they just do shit like that. But when you're doing that too, you don't care. You're just like, yeah, you're hitting people. When you're jumping up and down, you're hitting people. But they're jumping up and down, so everybody just don't care.
Well, I mean, like it usually depends. Like like when I feel myself like go, what I felt was like overly, like I've always just been like, always been like my bad. Never ever had a problem. It just be like, oh, good man.
I just want to clear it up for everybody.
Screaming in your face is like ready to go off.
Like,
I don't care what nobody says.
It's not good.
My day of raving. You don't fucking mosh at a rave, dude.
Bro,
why
yes.
do people do that?
Stop
Especially you,
moshing at
Philly. We're mainly talking to you, Philly. Philly loves the mosh at raves, bro.
What's like?
What the fuck, dude? They're playing house techno. Why are you throwing head kicks in a circle, dude? Like, chill.
Oh, bro.
We're chilling, bro.
I never forget.
It's chill time, bro. This is the after party.
I never forget. It was Philadelphia. It was Life in Color Philadelphia.
At the after party.
I remember. I remember in the rave too.
It was there, but at the after party, it was one big mosh pit. And
yeah,
just like,
bro.
We just danced for 6 hours. How are you guys moshing right now,
yeah.
bro?
I just remember like one formed like right in front of me. I remember this bitch was next to me. I'm just like, I'm head out. Like pretty much, I was just like, I was like, I'm gone. Like I literally just like left the area because I was like, it literally was like there's a person in front of me. Mosh just broke out. I'm just like, I'm out. Like it just took off in the crowd.
Bro, I can't remember like, oh man, it's one of the funniest stories ever. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Dave L. But for some reason I can't remember. But we was at this rave. And I remember, like, we're in the middle, and out of nowhere, this mosh pit just breaks out. We're right in the middle of it. We're like, what the fuck? So as we're going out, like, we just see this, like, white-ass, pale-ass, tall-ass girl coming in. Like, as we're going out. And she just looks, like, drugged to the gills, dog. Like, she's just walking like this.
Real rough.
Towards the mosh pit.
It called her. It called her name.
Dog, and that's some zombie type shit. And we're going in, like, as we're going in, like, we're both looking back. And I remember, like, as she's going in the mosh pit, dog, she turns around. She's just looking at us in her eyes, like, on some movie shit. And she's just going back. Next thing you know, bro, I swear to God, this dude just comes around. Fucking it's a swinging back fist, dog.
Right to the
Crack
face.
up. Yeah, literally.
Ooh, she eat it?
Yeah, bro, she just kept going. She was just going in there. Like, they like that
That
shit.
was the mosh. That was the real
like
mosh, bro. That's just terrible. It's just ridiculous, man. Like, who wants to get punched in the face? Or kicked in the face? I remember, like, yeah, that one.
People like it.
Yeah, I mean, like you literally see people like they'll literally just swing a spinning back heel kick through the air, and it might land in someone, it might not.
There was that video where like that black guy comes over and he just head kicks the white chicks. But then he head kicks them, bro. He fires 2 head kicks.
Hey, spinning back, bro.
Wait,
it was an axe kick.
What?
It was a motherfucking axe.
Like these 2 white girls on the side. And this black guy just comes, like this black team just comes up. No, I remember. If I remember correctly, I believe he comes up. He fires a head kick and he like misses. Then he fires another head kick and he misses. So he just throws these 2 overhand rights, like, and they connect. And then he throws like a spinning back kick.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah,
swinging them, yo.
It's crazy.
But that's funny. What you want.
Yeah, instead of he's like, he did like these, yo. I think he missed the head kicks on 2 white chicks. He took some hammers. Literally,
exactly.
Hammer fisted a bitch.
Yeah,
he hammer fisted a bitch mid club night.
I wanted to
so
call
much power.
I wanted to call it, but they were still guarded up.
They were hammer fisted.
They were still guarded up. I wanted to call it, but I didn't want to. They were still guarded up.
The thing is,
they
they
were
weren't
there.
even in the mosh. Like they're on the side. There's plenty of people to hit.
The floor was empty.
There was a couple people dancing around there. There's people to hit.
Yeah.
There was like three people.
But they
going crazy, so he could have hit other
the
people.
The 2 girls went to more people too. Like
he found a pedestrian and straight up attacked, like head kick. Somebody had a controller, bro. Like square. L2X, I swear, bro.
Down forward X.
You gotta see the video, Rique, bro. That's so funny. Like it's so unnecessary. Like it's 2 women.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
You could at least found some guy pedestrians.
Hey, I remember he looked like he was doing ballet, bro. He was doing ballet because he's holding onto the rail for more leverage too, man. He's holding onto the rail for more leverage. He's
the rail to get more
he's bringing kicks.
Yeah,
he's like, raining kicks down.
He misses their heads though, because they
like
duck.
You seen Street Fighter with the Ryu, like when he does a spinning kick, it's like
that's literally what it is too, bro. I forgot that he holds the rail. Yeah, I see right there.
Yeah,
he misses the first head kick.
He needed balance.
So then he tries to get some balance, but then when he fires that, they duck their head. And then he's like, okay, 2 overhand rights, bitches. Walk up. Good night.
He jumps into those. He's just like
spinning back kick.
You know,
you top that shit off.
You ever hear a boxing set where he like step into it? Like he was just like, wait a minute. Oh my God.
And he just goes home. He's like talking to his boys. He's like, oh, fucking
sick ass mosh, man.
There was this bitch on the side, not even looking.
Sick ass
concussed her ass. Dropped her. Dropped her like a sack of potatoes. I dropped it.
Is that she wanted the mosh, man? It's like I
bitch will never mosh again.
I am the mosh.
I showed that bitch who runs fucking Glass Grill.
See, the formula works, man. You just add on the random.
Yeah, I tell you.
You know, it's the Glass Girl bitch. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense.
It's funny how like all them little like neighborhood bars have like their daily whores that just like consistently go there, and like they all just get fucked by whatever neighbors rent the house next.
And bro,
like whoever comes in is like new batch. And that's what it is.
And that's the supreme hustle. That's the supreme hustle. Though, is like when those like bars. Like they also have liquor stores because liquor stores can only be open on Sunday if you're attached to the bar. So boom. True. So you just have more traffic. But O'Connor's opens at 7 a.m.
That's the one thing. That's the one good thing about Gray Manor. They have
the bars are open and jumping at 10 a.m.
They have the liquor store right connected to them.
Yeah, exactly. And they're open Sundays.
I'm just saying, if I'm a 40-year-old man, right?
Lord's Day?
I'm just coming out of I'm a divorcee, or I'm a single man and I ain't getting much play.
Oh, you do a little.
Bro, go move to like one of these communities. Go spot out a couple of these little personal bars and go move to that community. And you're going to have like 5 neighborhood old whores in that bar every month. And you might get one a month. Up it.
Yeah. So
that's an easy catch.
So if you're 30 or 40 out there, you want some advice, you know, it's
30, you should still go to Power Plant or something. You know what I mean?
Bro, there was that one dude. He was easily 50.
I've seen. Yeah, I was about to say I've seen.
At what point can you not go to Power Plant?
Like, I think anyone can go. You know, especially. But like for me, if you're that old guy, like you're definitely got to go hard.
Here's what I'm saying. You're right, Steve. Right? Because I agree with you. But you would agree with this, I think, that there's like this certain point where you shouldn't go to, right? Because what we're saying is eventually you become so old where it's like, cool.
You don't want to be.
Right? But there's like certain. Is it like 40 to 45?
Some people enjoy themselves, bro.
I mean, I wouldn't say like a 60-year-old would be in a bar.
Yeah, but you get what we're saying where it's like, 60-year-olds out there getting it, haha. You're enjoying your life. You're going to die soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if they're like 42,
but
dudes are like, where's your wife?
But like, just because you're that old guy, you'll probably twerk more bitches in there than most of the people there.
I wouldn't agree.
You go to
I would not agree. You better be the rich old dude.
You go to a country bar and you'll see a lot.
They just do it. You just see them just like, especially if you're an old dude trying hard. They do it just cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, they may not go home with you, but it's a novelty thing. It's a novelty thing.
The age group that I'm talking about. There's a certain age amount where they're creeps.
Bro.
It's like, it's like 39 to 47. No, it's like 39 to 49.
Well,
you're kind of creepy.
Well, if you're taking care of your body.
In your 50s and they're like, now you're kind of like this Grand Theft Auto. You got the shirt open. Play it.
Bro, you're merely eliminating like 30% of like the bad grannies out there, the thick grannies out there. Like you're eliminating the thick grannies from this bitch, bro.
I don't know, dog.
Oh, sweet. What's your limit?
Age limit. I mean, I'll probably stop going once I'm like if I really keep down to it.
For a woman, like you're like top off at 80.
Well, I think once you go over like 50, 55, maybe, or maybe if you're looking good.
I don't know, bro, because science is getting good.
You're looking good. I was saying some people like people
like
take care of themselves,
good,
and you got some bad milfs out there in the 50 category.
I would say like
saying
like a young 40. I don't think I could go.
Let me ask you this: like, would you guys say?
Yeah, you can go 50.
Would you appreciate more? I mean, a pretty girl or a thick girl? Like, do you appreciate prettiness or thickness?
I appreciate it. I think I go prettiness, but like
if so thickness, you could have like a pretty girl with just no body. What I'm saying, anybody can be right for anyone.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in that specific moment, like you could have a girl with just no body.
I mean, like, what's no body? That's like
I feel like the way
no, you're right.
About, bro, just that.
Okay. No, I think you're right. Thickness. I think we're thickness.
It's weird how thickness overcomes prettiness. You know.
I mean, it's like.
But it's also like you used to go, oh man, she's pretty, but now you go, oh dog, she's.
I just feel
thick.
like most people would be like, I'll take that ugly thick girl over that pretty stick. You know what I mean?
Pretty
like
stick.
Most people go with that.
Well, I mean, it's like
the way I look at it.
Who said it? Who said it's like you have the pool of people that want you, and of course, as a guy, you'll probably fuck all of them. But you want to get the best out of the ones, like of course you want to try and get the best of the ones that you're out there with that.
The thing is, you're always like she ugly but she thick. You're never gonna be like she ain't thick but she pretty.
but of course there's that. Of course there's that. But you would say, would you say that you are open to it? You're not sure. Of course you'd have to see what you're working with, but you're open to it. Would you say that,
bro? I'm saying what this led off of is a bitch could be 100 years old. If she thick, she thick. I've said it many a time.
That's right then and there. It's like
if they thick, they thick. You're a single man. Go out there and don't put an age limit on it.
It's simple as that. And also it comes down to like if she rich, she rich. It's like
if she rich, she rich.
She rich, she rich.
She rich, she rich.
And
it can be like kind of an established thing where like they know like, hey, I'm not in love with you.
Maybe you're that guy and you find her and she's richy thick. Then you really got it made and you really have to appreciate what you got going on.
Thick, bro.
And Richie, you got richy thick right here.
I think you just said what we're all kind of looking for in this world. Is a richy thick.
Richy thick. Older bit,
grandma who can cook.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, she gotta cook.
She gotta cook some banana nut.
But
muffins.
If she's richy thick, bro. What if she has
gotta make banana bread.
What if she got like chef style like richiness to it?
Some creamy ass banana bread.
Dude. Hell yeah. You get pulled for that? You get pulled for that, man? Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The banana bread workplace dude, man. Like, what's weird? It's like you make a video as a joke, not ever thinking that like it would be spread throughout the whole fucking world, and then you post it on your Snap or whatever, and then next thing you know, you're a fucking national icon.
Yeah, I feel like
you're national treasure.
Going viral.
The perfect thing for that. Damn, Daniel.
Yeah,
remember that? Like they didn't record that trying to go viral. He was just probably recording that geeking.
And they got vans like to come over and be like, here you go, here's some lifetime vans.
Sponsored by vans.
I had seen that shit one time to where it was like so many boxes stacked up and shit. And I was like, God damn, like, I mean, to be sponsored, to get a fat check.
That'd be awesome.
Like shoes.
Oh yeah, just for going viral.
You're
just making funny videos.
I seen some shit that was like
back at it again with the white vans.
I seen a thing that said it was like, imagine studying music for 20 years and putting your entire life work into it, and then some kid yodels in Walmart for 25 minutes. He gets 10 times more famous than you ever were. It's like so true.
Yeah,
but he's gonna put out 10 albums. That yodeling kid goes to Walmart.
He's singing
he's
singing national anthem for Tennessee. Coming
up. His song was a banger.
Yeah,
I can't even lie.
Yeah, songs out, man.
Famous,
Bro,
I want to
literally,
be famous for loving you.
The DJ Suede remix.
No, but it sounds hard.
That was fucking fire.
of
Of
that
that?
song,
Yep.
The song I just said.
He chopped it up. That was
DJ
fucking-
Suede.
DJ Suede.
Look him up,
the
everybody.
remix god.
I don't know who that is. Remix guy?
Remix guy.
That's a bold claim. That's a bold claim. No,
Well,
no one.
He's self.
No one beats the guy who
guy.
dropped the first Chopped and Screwed remix. I'm just saying.
You know who's real corny though? The Sway in the Morning. He's corny, dude.
Sway.
I like him, but he's corny.
I remember like
He's
the
an older guy. I mean,
Remember
Did you ever see that?
I feel like since he's
he was the
from time.
MTV news guy.
Yeah, he
remember?
was,
Remember,
you're
like
right.
he'd be coming back and like I remember that's why I liked Sway. He was cool, and then he did all this other shit like Sway in the Morning. I was just like, eh.
Yo,
Yeah.
like,
Did you
did you ever see that
Is
video?
He's an icon, 100%.
He seems
I
He's
got
just
it.
a little corny. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly, icon.
Did you ever see that video though where he fucked up or live? He's like talking to some young rapper, I can't remember. And he's talking, he's like, he's here to kill him. He's here to beat him. He's here to eat your meat. And then the rapper's like, and he's like, oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. No homo, no homo. It's so funny,
Ultimate
bro.
cringe.
It's ultimate
You
cringe.
get
bro.
one in your career.
His boy's just like,
You get one. It's like, yeah.
no, bro.
He was trying to think of something on the fly. He wanted to be natural. That's what's tough to see when like you see someone that does get on camera and they don't have that flow. You see it's forced. They're like, hey man, what's up? MTV, yeah, we're about to go check out Matt's crib. Let's see what it do. And just like just like
Yeah.
you see people who aren't natural on it.
You
Or
always see
at
that a
it.
lot with certain athletes. And it's
Yeah.
like really tough, and they go to just try and say like whatever they're supposed to
You're
say.
an athlete, not an actor guy.
Yeah, but then some athletes are forced to. Like, imagine
Some
playing
athletes
for,
are good at it.
Imagine playing for like Bill Belichick. He's like, don't you fucking dare.
He's a different breed. Yeah, he just goes out there like,
Yeah.
next question.
You keep a tight locker room. Keep a tight locker room. That's what it's all about. Something different right there.
But then again, it's like,
But you know what I mean? Like, you can only be like Antonio
if it
Brown
doesn't-
went like the Masked Singer.
if it doesn't give
Like,
anything
that was just
away
like,
or is inflammatory.
Come on,
like,
guy.
I mean, it's just a simple question. Next question.
I'm not even
We're
sure.
gonna play
I'm not sure the
football.
fuck did you just say, bro.
We're gonna play football.
yeah. Hug it, check it, football.
Uh-huh.
But that's what I mean from the
That's
Bill
a sleeper.
Belichick shit. Because I've seen clips of him doing something. It was something on Instagram, but it was pretty funny.
It's weird how they
of his
dominated all that,
demeanor.
but they're always having kind of that asterisk with them.
What? What's that asterisk?
The cheating scandals.
Belichick.
Spygate. And
The Patriots, period. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mainly Spygate over everything. Spygate was just clear.
Yeah.
Straight up, you're cheating.
Yeah.
There's no line, there's no way around it.
recording practices and shit.
We caught you.
Cheating, yeah.
We got your video of you recording practices. Like, it's so dirty.
It is. It's like they facilitated that for a long time.
You know what's weird though?
They had that
In
in-
baseball, right? Like when a pitcher is pitching, the batter's team can see the catcher from the dugout, right?
Right.
So like in the first game of like the Astros versus the Yankees, like the Yankees believe that the Astros were stealing signs, is what it's called. Because basically anybody that's on the other side of the catcher, they can see what number he's calling.
Right.
So if he calls a number one, you know what this guy's number one pitch is.
look
Bam,
over
it's
the
that.
look over the
They would
dugout.
whistle. That's what they would do. They would whistle. And then you knew fastball, basically. It's kind of weird because it's like, it's not cheating. There's no rule against that. But it's just like an unwritten rule that you're not supposed to tell your own team what pitch is coming.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
it's the playoffs, bitch. You know what I mean? It's so weird.
Yeah, but it's like
Fuck the
That's-
unwritten rule, bitch. Write it.
but
I'm
I mean
here to
like
win. I'm
espe-
here to win.
especially when like you're doing sports like that, like it just comes back to our roots as people of just being honorable. It's just like there's the
I played
honor to it,
162 games. I've been away from my family for 6 months this year. I don't give a fuck about honor, bro. I'm here to win.
Well, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
here to get
it's like-
paid and win.
It's just what it was written on. That's what I'm saying.
I want fucking stats,
that
championships, and team calamity.
Well, it's just like
Championships.
what's like applauded, like great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship's applauded. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
great sportsmanship? You know what's bad sportsmanship? Not helping your team when you know what pitch is coming.
I'm just saying, like
It's a fastball,
of-
Steve.
but
Go get your family.
but
10
but
mil.
listen, of course, there's you understand why it's there though. Like the unwritten rule.
They should do
as
something
people,
about it.
I'm not here to argue that. I'm just saying, like there's that unwritten rule. Like I said, it's just that respect amongst the competition of the game. It's just what you do as players, you know. And then of what if people get upset about it, they're like, all right, we'll make a rule against it, you know. Which is that what they did?
Well, it's hard to. They can't because how are you going to stop? You can always see the catcher. You got to figure out a different way to get the.
Or
pitch
just stop any type of signaling for the pitcher or for the batter. So you can't
in
any way
tell the pitcher.
Yeah, I'm saying as the team, you can't in any way tell your batter what pitch is coming because you can see it. You know,
doesn't that just sound like a horrible rule though? Like,
well, I mean, it's just like when you're competing, it's about hitting the ball.
In what other sport would you not tell your team what the other team's doing?
All right, so what if they just?
If you know.
What if they just change?
But it's about the players in play at this moment. They're at that moment when they're in the dugout. There's no other player in play for that team than the batter and the baseman on there. Could baseman do it? We might have an argument there for you.
Why don't if people the dugout,
if people
like make it like something sealed to where
what
it's
if
like you couldn't whistle.
What if a fan did it?
Well, he's arguing like why have it period? You know, he's arguing why have it period. I'm just saying like if there's for the dugout, there's players out of play. Well, it's already ruled that as a fucking anything as a fucking what do they call it, man?
Fan?
Fan, whatever. As a fan, whatever. Someone attended the game. You know, it's a rule that you don't interfere with the play. You know, the ball
but you can heckle.
You know,
but
if you're signaling, you know, you're interfering with the game. I don't like anything dealing with outside the field of play. What's going on?
Being in like WWE
you're watching. No, you're watching. But you're watching the game. You're watching the game. You know what I'm saying?
If something's right there, you see what he's fucking doing, then you better say it. Figure out a way for me not to fucking see it. Don't tell me not to see something I see.
That's what I'm saying. If you eventually learn, I mean, you can pick up on their signals eventually. You know,
we make millions.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're signaling like this, like I said, it's about the people in play. That's all I'm gonna argue. If you want basemen to signal what they can see while they're sitting on base for their batter, sure, because they're in the field of play.
The catcher and the pitcher should do something different. Like tap your knee or something. Have your own little setup between you and the catcher. I mean, set some shit up where it ain't you doing numbers and we know.
You can learn shit, so it's
switching
like,
it up.
Like, I don't think
figure it out. Why the fuck would you punish me?
Do taps or some
for
shit.
Something that you're doing? You know what I mean?
Like, there's no punishment for it. It's just like, hey, we know it wasn't an unwritten rule, but we're gonna make it a rule now.
It's like somebody wrote the baseball book and like they just forgot that they put the defense facing the guy to call the plays. Like it's like they just forgot. That's what it seems like. Like he's looking at the entire defense. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah. I don't think there should be this real-time interaction, you know? Let's like, if you want to, let's say you go in a huddle, you're like, all right, look, man, I don't think there should be any type of real-time interference for you while you're batting to improve any of your knowledge of what pitch is coming. Because that's what the game is.
It's about
the game is for you to hit the pitch. You don't know what pitch is coming. You have to hit it. That's the object of the game. Simple as that.
Just the integrity.
That's where you win or that's how you win or lose the game. Is based
if
on
you come out and you go, every time Bobby Wagner ties his right shoe up before he comes out, I know it's zone coverage for the Seahawks. I shouldn't use that information.
Use that, but we're talking something different when you have real-time interaction with a batter.
That's real-time interaction. Why do you keep using that word? This is
real-time interaction. You go off to the side, after the play, you're like, all right, look, we now notice he's doing it. Like I said, football is different. It's a different thing. When you're playing like something like that. With like baseball,
if you're boxing and you see, every time this guy does his left shoulder, he throws the right jab.
It's a different sport, It's a different
sport. That's what I'm saying. This is the only sport where everybody can clearly see.
Why is it an unspoken or unwritten rule agreed upon people that you don't do that?
Because if not, this wouldn't even be a game and nobody would have millions.
I feel like
that's what I'm saying is there's a fundamental flaw in this game, Steve. Yeah. Somebody missed something.
And this is my fix. There you go. You stop the signaling. You're asking why.
I don't like that one. I get you. Yeah, I get you. But I don't like that one because it's like I feel like you're punishing me for seeing something. Like I got like this now when you throw. You know what I mean? Like
no, you just don't signal it. You just don't.
You figure it out.
You just don't feed it to your pitch, your batter. You can watch all you want. You just don't signal it to your batter. Simple as that.
Don't signal it.
No,
you figure that out. That's how I feel.
But you need to signal. You need to talk without saying some shit.
You're the final say so on that one.
Well, I mean, so correct me if I'm wrong, but one is like get it how you live, and the other is like preserve the integrity of the game in a way.
Yeah,
Not
but
really.
but,
I mean,
but my
yeah.
argument,
I mean,
on-
like,
just
like preserve the is then.
No, it's just
You're
but
looking at it
but
as
my
cheating?
argument on that is that no other sport requires that.
I mean, because I see what you're trying to say.
Name
and I
a
see what you're
sport where
trying to
you
say.
know what the opponent's going to do, and you go, "Don't tell your team."
So
That's not anywhere else but baseball.
so listen,
Because
like
you can actually see it and react to
when
it.
so
and
like
then
so when the
versus
game
you're saying, like-
game is live is when the batter steps in the batter box and the pitch is about to be delivered. You know, there's always that timing from when the batter's ready in the box and the pitcher goes to throw that first pitch. At that moment that he steps in the box, it's like the play between him and the pitcher begins, and you don't interfere with that live play. You know what I'm saying? Like just like players can't interfere from the sidelines on a live play in any sport. You know what I'm
But
saying?
then
They may be
how-
able to say some shit, but
So
like
in other
like I
words,
said, it's
they'll-
different when you have a showdown. When you have
But a coach from the side, a manager can tell their pitcher, "Hey, throw knuckle curve."
throw knuckle curve.
But I can't tell my guy knuckle curve coming. It's like, you know what I mean? It's the dumbest shit ever, bro. Why are you doing this in front of me?
So the people in the y'all saying the
But
people in the dugout are
but
telling
in
the
front of
people
you is
that
not really like
Imagine
it's like,
if you,
not a good
I know
argument
it's
for
different
that,
sport,
you know,
right? But imagine if two fighters were
'cause
fighting,
every sport's played
right?
in front of you.
and
you know?
I'm fighting you, right? And you're warming up. Steve's your trainer, and you're doing right in front of me what you plan to do to me in the fight with Steve right now. And I go, oh, he's ducking under and throwing a left uppercut 100 times right now. He's probably going to try to do that to me in the fight. Why the fuck would I ignore that?
Well, fighting's different. You know?
Let's
It's
go
like-
anything.
different
It's
sport,
football.
You know?
And I go, oh, every time he puts his right hand down, he blitzes. Every time he puts his left hand down, he drops in zone. Why the fuck wouldn't I tell my offensive
Well, that's what I'm
lineman?
saying. I'm saying you
If
can
If I go to
listen.
golf
Listen,
and
no,
I go, oh,
no,
this is my buddy, he's on my
you're
team.
completely
And I say,
misrepresenting what's
hey,
going on.
when
So
you're
look,
at Augusta and you hit to the right, the wind usually
So look,
swirls it up 3
no,
miles
listen.
up there.
this is not what we're arguing. Listen, this is what we're talking about. When you start the play with the pitcher, the catcher will throw signals out. The pitcher will agree with the pitch or not.
and the
And
interaction
then,
only be
well, here, listen. The umpire, I mean,
Pitcher,
the catcher will signal something that they agree upon.
pitcher.
At that moment, do you then just allow that the other team to be like, all right, well, they're signaling for this ball, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's like a preemptive, like you know what's coming your way with the pitch, because that's the whole thing with the sport of baseball is not knowing the pitch coming towards you. That's the object of the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know?
And there's a
It's
fundamental
not really
flaw.
integral. It's just
It's a fundamental
like
flaw
baseball.
in that game because you did that.
pitcher and the hitter.
I see. So like it's just not you just don't signal it. You don't signal that loud
Listen,
time. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean,
listen,
of course you want to agree. So
listen,
let's
I
end
follow
there.
his
You
line
know?
of logic based off of the football.
If it- to me, it's not
comparison, 'cause
like
it's like if the people in the field of play were to do that, then what makes it different? Than
What I'm trying
like
to say, right,
a boxer's coach
is Steve,
screaming.
you might be right. You might be right, right? What I'm saying is we're talking about a game that makes people millionaires, right? That
Right.
changes your generational family of life. That makes you a celebrity, a famous, an all-star, a legend. You're going to do any advantage you can inside of the rules, right?
Yeah.
So if there's no rule there, then why the fuck wouldn't I do it? It shouldn't have to be an
Right.
unwritten rule.
Right. And then so
So
what,
why has it
what's
been
the
100 years of
what's
ball
the
and you've never
alternative
rigged that?
solution? What's the alternative solution?
For the pitcher and the catchers to find out different methods of communicating. Like, for example, like at any time, like people switch up their words every time. A fighter, you're coaching a fighter, you go 1A, that might be a kick. Next fight, it's a punch. You get what I'm saying? You switch it up. So maybe you're not just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like you did for 1,000 years now, because people are tipping them. And obviously we know, even when you don't catch them, maybe they're tipping them. So why not just try something like, look, hey, so today's game, we're doing, this is 1, this is 2, 4, you know what I mean? That you can do something like that. And then next time I catch for you, we're going to go, hey, this is going to be 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got to learn this, and you have it written down.
Well, you 100%. But I mean, like just like how people prepare for like playbooks and shit, like for playing against people, watching film, and you learn shit down. You get that shit ready. So I mean, like I said, for football it would be different. But like when you're like learning someone's like method of communication, you're able to learn that, and you use that kind of like to offer an advantage from that point.
So what do you think
You
would be
know?
the solution? Then?
What was I saying? Where you just like you just not let the signal to your batter what the pitch is coming towards you. That's
But
all.
if
That's
they-
always
but
been.
You
my
don't
solution.
have the answer.
But if they made that a rule, if they made that a rule, like teams would definitely still find a way around that
As
because
I'm saying, it all depends on which way you want the game to sway at this point. Where you want to be
But-
in favor of a pitcher or a
what I'm
hitter.
saying,
You
though,
know.
is if you try and get me right, I would go. We were just whistling. How are you ever going to say that I was tipping pitches? I was just whistling. You get what I'm saying? So you would go down such a long route there of trying to prove that they did that. So I feel like that you can't do that because they're always going to get away with it. They're not like it's not like they're like knuckle curve.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying.
what I
You're
mean?
sitting
They're
here like, look, under any terms, no signal. Like, don't have no whistling coming from there. Don't have no hand gestures coming from there. Like, simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
God damn,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
comedy ball now, dude.
But it's only it's why you're
Stay in
hitting.
your fucking seats.
No, it's
while
just
you're on the side. Like
no.
you just made
That's
baseball
in the
even more
dugout.
boring.
That's in the
You
dugout.
just did an amazing thing and made baseball more
That's
boring.
the dugout, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Guys
like,
can't even get up to watch the fucking ending.
I didn't say that. I said he can't be signaling shit. You know, simple as that. You know. So I mean,
Yeah, they get up on the thing and shit. At bottom of the ninth, 3-2. Everybody's watching up on the thing.
Like I said,
And Steve just gets the
like I said-
umpires to come back like, sit down, guys. And if he hits it, don't jump up.
like,
You guys can celebrate by yelling in your seats.
They said from the beginning, just when you're hitting, you know, just when you're hitting. Simple as that, you know. So
Let's fucking go.
go.
Oh, you're like this.
See,
You're like this. You go to get up and you see the ump like.
that's a fine. That's a fine.
That's a fine.
He's
75
he's
grand.
fine. He's fine.
75 grand. One ass cheek left.
That's Bryce Harper. He got it.
He got one ass cheek down.
That's 100 grand for Bryce Harper.
Two ass cheeks would have been 150.
I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get my cut for calling that. As an umpire, you're getting fined.
I wonder where that money goes. That fine money. It should go to charity.
It just goes straight into the money. I'm sure into like the revenue,
Into
like,
the
or whatever.
lawyers.
Like I feel like it falls under a thing of like they're like what they're able to profit off of. It's like you're like, all right, well, sales, tickets, viewership, sponsors, fines. This is what we made this year, fines.
I feel like baseball is just gonna have to eventually die, dude.
Yeah, people. It doesn't. It's
just not there, bro.
No.
It's just not there.
No, especially when you have something like football.
It was the American sport.
When you have
but then
football
took
making
over.
so much damn money, yeah.
But there's also just a lot better sports. Like for me, like I like baseball. I do like baseball, but it's a very boring sport in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless you're like pitcher, and even then, it's still super slow. Like I would put a lot of sports above baseball.
Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Can we all agree? Basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Hockey.
To me, that's number two.
Hockey,
Soccer.
Football,
Soccer, yeah, stuff with soccer.
basketball.
I'll say soccer's my number one. That's my top sport. I love
Rugby?
it.
I don't know.
Rugby's cool. Rugby's actually really
Yeah,
fucking
I
cool,
would
man.
probably
would-
like rugby more than
Rugby's
baseball.
cool, man. Rugby's cool.
'Cause
Soccer,
I want to say soccer. But rugby, 'cause
I
I've
guess I would
never
just say
seen it, so-
MMA. You know, boxing.
Oh yeah, you sport. No,
Yeah, of
shit,
course,
I-
yeah,
I'm
MMA,
fucking up.
MMA,
No, yeah,
Bro, but
I
even
definitely
things
choose
like-
boxing.
Bro, I hate to say it. I hate to bash a sport here, but it's pretty boring. So I'm just gonna say like fucking X Games, dude. Like tricks. You know what I mean? Michael Phelps race.
People don't want X Games. People want Nitro Circus. That's what
I
you
seen-
want.
I
That's what
seen
you
some
want.
shit
in
on,
that aspect.
on ESPN Plus.
People
Or
love
no,
big
it was some shit to where it was a highlight of somebody doing a 1260. Beating
Yeah,
Tony Hawk's
yeah.
shit. I was like, yo, that's fine.
Well, I mean,
Definitely makes
they're always
sense.
gonna set the bar always crazy high. It's gonna get like 2060
Well, you
or
know,
some
the
stupid
next-
shit.
the
No, I'm
next-
saying that's
Yeah.
just crazy. That
So-
many flips.
So many,
Whatever it
and
is.
so
then
many
to be
fucking
able to,
spins.
like,
What about that
Straight
guy who
up.
did a double backflip?
your wherewithal
Yeah.
to
Or
land.
Travis
Double back-
Pastrana's
stick
double
it.
backflip. You know, just straight up on a dirt
Double
bike.
backflip.
Double
Bro,
backflip.
I knew that Travis Pastrana was out of this world when I was watching his show one time, and he did a backflip off of a tree.
Oh yeah, he went up the side of that tree in his compound.
He not the side drove up. Yeah, he drove up that
Yeah,
bitch
yeah.
and flipped his fucking bike up a tree, bro. He used a tree to do a backflip.
Insane.
It's literally the most insane shit I've ever seen. To have the control,
You know
on
your
that,
bike. You know your
no,
bike.
The bike knows you or some shit, like some next level samurai shit, bro.
Oh man.
And you have to drive some bikes, you know what I mean, to really understand just how much understanding of gas and brake to do that because he just yanks it. He
I'm
just
saying
yanks
he
it up.
knows the bike. He knows.
But when
He
as
knows
soon
the
as he
bike.
land, if it's like people
Fluid-
know
a
their
fluid-
bikes.
a
Like
fluid movement.
I feel like that's like next level.
Oh yeah,
Like he is
that's what
the
I'm saying.
bike.
That's what I'm saying.
He
You know,
is
like
the bike.
like he knows that at the rotation, you know, where like you feel the rotation on the bike, like and he's able to just
How much to
hit
gas
it
and
at
get
the
a
right
break
point
and when.
and accent it and throw that weight around and able to flip himself
My
like
baby
super,
like,
you know, efficiently.
Man.
Yes.
Man.
You just go up to it. No.
That's I tell you what, that's one thing I do love about Baltimore
Insane.
is when bikes out come on Sunday,
snap
man.
flip or some shit.
You know, when the bikes come out on the weekend, it's just it's awesome, man. I still remember as a kid coming out on the block and watching them. It's been going on for so long. Like it's
So funny to hear that in a sentence.
yeah, on the block watching the
This one just got a block. Watch the fucking top fat boy.
yeah bikes out.
I mean,
The thing is, like, you can't just let everybody ride their shit on the street, though.
Oh, yeah, it's 100%.
And some people remember when that guy cracked that kid on the dirt bike and drove off.
It was
bro?
a YZ or some shit.
Some crazy shit, but
I know what you're talking about.
that shit petty.
He made the kid hit him. He like
broke his teeth. Bro.
Yeah.
He like broke like 7 or 8 of his teeth.
He split that kid shit open with what? A YZ 125 2-stroke? Like it's just yellow plastics.
It was blue. It had the shit on the side.
I just think it's funny. It's just like
Pretty
yeah,
nice.
I remember
Pretty
that.
nice. That bitch was pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah,
fucked
but I
up
mean,
what
like,
happened, but
I mean, when you have hundreds of bikes out, it's like literally what's gonna
I think
happen.
it's because he had that much power in his hands, he didn't really know how to ride.
Like hundreds, hundreds of bikes.
Little kids can't even touch the ground get on them bitches.
No,
It's so weird just
But-
having anything that's huge in your fucking hands like that. Like, I mean, I've never done that. Like, I always imagine like
guns are pretty fucking
big
like,
crane,
wild, man.
you know, like the big crane guys,
Yeah,
like that, bro.
when you're using one of those,
I ain't never felt nothing like that, but like I know, like just being like a JLG, you get real close to the side of a building, bro. It's just like you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you. You know what I mean? Like to touch this thing perfectly because you're trying to get close but not hit it. You hit it, you fuck something up. You're like, and you're trying to like do something while you're doing.
You're in this big
bro.
ass clunky vehicle, pretty
You're
much.
like
You know,
50 feet up in the air, and just like it don't even look like this thing should be balancing you, really. You know what I
do
mean?
that
Like,
to like come up.
it just holds you up, just chill there. And they're pretty sturdy, you
I remember
know.
one time I had Bill in there, bro. We had a 120-foot dog. We just took it straight up. Well, I did. He didn't want to. But we were done the job, and I just went straight up, bro. Just had this thing just 120. Well, I don't even think it actually 120 is actually like
At the
80
right
or something
angle. It's
like
not
that.
straight up, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like at an angle,
So,
so
it's like
just-
that ends up being like 80.
So it's like this way, yeah.
I remember just being out there, just like, what the fuck did I just do, bro? Like, why am I trusting this thing right
There's always
now?
that thought in your head, just like jump. It's like no,
It's crazy. How
no.
that works. I was
It's-
reading into that, and they were saying that like what that is your body trying to remind you how dangerous a situation is.
What like
When
tell
you're
you
like
jump?
driving on the highway and you're just like, I could swing this bitch over to the
Yeah.
other lane right now and crash into these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That's your brain
Just swing
reminding
this
you of how dangerous this is because it becomes comfortable to you. And driving 80 miles an hour in a vehicle with all these different people isn't comfortable to human nature.
interesting. It's just like
So
you're
trying to remind you of like what's really at hand, basically.
Yeah,
is how to describe it.
like you're looking over a cliff and your body's just like jumping. You're like no, it's like
then you're
because
fucking-
it's death.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you ever got that feeling where it's just like you freeze for that second because it's
Yeah.
like fucking you're like, oh shit, I'm
Especially in like
danger.
crucial situations. Yeah, danger, right? Exactly.
like
And you
I'm
freeze
about
for a
I
second.
That-
could fall
yeah,
right
that-
now on this fucking tower
We-
that
Is
I
it-
climbed up as
It's
a ratchet.
weird how that works, though, ain't it? How like you
water
freeze
tower,
up.
like water tower action with them thin ass fucking.
it's when like that heart just sinks in
Walkways.
your stomach.
Okay.
Your heart just boom. Yeah, it's like the
I've-
best.
I've
What if
fro-
I fell right now, fucking 30 feet, 50 feet?
I have frozen
And
up
died.
at times, though. Like you guys have frozen up right at a time when you shouldn't have.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. Like I told you the one time about that guy that chased me. Like I probably could have left that guy in the dust if I had ran when he acted weird. But like I was frozen. My feet were just sunk into the ground, bro.
Yeah,
Until he
that's-
got off of his ladder and started running at me, that's when I could run. But the whole time, like I couldn't move. I'm just like
That's
petrified.
real fear.
Petrified,
Real fear.
right?
Yeah.
That's the word.
That's real
See,
fear.
that shit happened to me with heights. I'm not a heights person for sure, and I wind up getting on the top of an extension ladder, and it was a 3-story building, and I'm going all the way up, like, and then something, like, to where I had to put my feet on the top of it, and then hand up some plywood. I got this bitch. I'm fucking just, hauling it.
You at the top of a 40-foot?
Fucking just
or
so
20?
Scared. So 40.
40
so
foot.
Scared.
Bro,
I should have been 4. Or no, 3. I'm not sure. But anyway, point is
it was high.
Fucking
well,
high.
I
Shit.
It was fucking
high.
high.
I'm like,
well, I got a I got a 20 foot. I got a 20 foot on my truck, man. So I know, like, standing on top of that is high, and you're like, what the fuck? But that's 2 floors, so think about that. That's kind of like me being at the top of my house.
Yeah,
so it's scary, you know what I mean?
But 3 floors,
but dog,
4 when you get like
a 40 foot. That's why I was trying to make it clear. A 40 foot.
It's nothing you'd see. It's nothing you'd seen before, man.
That's next level big shit. And
because
if you're at the top of that bitch trying to do something,
it's your first time, and then you're like, you're lugging, you know what I'm saying, 2x6 plywood.
Petrified, petrified, dog.
And like I said, the higher you get on top of that bitch, like you're up on that 38-foot section, you're just like, that shit shakes, man. It's just like rickety, you know. It's like
that's like when I was on that fucking swinging stage. You know what I mean? You go up like literally 35 floors up, dog. You're up there, that wind's just moving you slightly.
You try to keep yourself still.
Well, you know what we do, bro? We take all the suction cups, spread them out across the glass, and then tie a rope, from our shit to that suction cup.
Gotcha.
But there's times when that suction cup comes loose, bro, and you're like, whoa. You know what I mean?
What's going on with this bag?
You gotta reach, yeah. No. Thank God you got a bunch of them hooked up, so you're there. Did you ever see that video where that guy's those 2 people are just swinging in a swinging stage?
Other than they're hitting the glass and breaking it.
It's horrific,
they're literally
going they're going so hard swinging, like literally to the point where they're upside down.
They come around this way,
and
they smack back in.
They were working
constantly.
They were working, and then a windstorm just got them out of nowhere, and they're literally going this high to where they're literally sideways.
I know what you're talking about. Those 2 guys.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. That is so sickening.
I think this is the different one I'm thinking of. Like there's one they get caught in a storm, and they're on the wind over here. But it comes out, it swings, and it comes back in, and just boom, and it just keeps doing that over and over.
Sure we're the same one. I'm so sure we all are.
I don't know. I remember it going really high. It was just going out, just coming boom, and smacking the side of it over and over. I could have swore
it broke in half, like a part broke, where it was like that.
Maybe at one point, like I said, that's an old video. That's an old one. But I mean, like that, they were literally about to break the fucking window. And if I'm in that bitch, I'm like, I hope this window go crashing into this bitch, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. That would be my go-to, bro. I would definitely break
other than that, I have no idea what else you would do.
I would definitely break a window and just cut myself jumping in.
Why don't you have parachutes you go up that high? Just
dive in.
Just jump. Jump's hard, bro. Most of the time you slam back into what you jump from.
That's very true.
You gotta know what you're doing.
Especially in skyscrapers, you can't be doing that in the middle of a fucking city.
A lot of people die from base jumping.
Yeah, it's the most dangerous sport. Yeah.
Seems cool though, don't it? Seems pretty damn lit just to go and jump off of like
Spanish Post Malone.
Bro, see me when I had my braids in.
Yeah,
I got that down.
Spanish Posty.
I got that down Fed Hill.
Like congratulations on this.
Times. That was fucking hilarious. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Whatever.
I was saying before I cut my hair, I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get some braids in my shit and just be like, do it before you cut it. Just braid it up real quick.
Braids.
Exactly. I wanted to do something, and not even like braids. I just want to do like some thick ass 2 chains braids going straight back real quick.
My shit was like a design. Like it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What do you mean designs? What was it?
Like as in like this. It was my shape up line parted, and then came around like a cross in the middle right here, and then in the back it was like diamonds. So in other words, since I cut right here, it was like bow, and then the next one was bow.
Spanish people always doing the most.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that shit was tough.
Yeah, man, it's like
I had a straight up 124 gold carrot put right in the back of my ear. One on this side. They both got Bluetooth connection.
Portrait of my son.
I have
the side of my head.
I have my head here.
Over here, RP Tony.
Not that. I have my fucking chains on and shit, and there was
I had
shorty.
8 chains
She was like, is he a
24
rapper?
carats.
He's got to be a rapper.
We got mistaken for a rapper, huh?
I'm like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I mean, you don't know me yet, but I'm a rapper.
What's your rap name?
I'm on SoundCloud.
Not yet.
Shout out your rap name. What should they be looking
I don't
for?
know. Let's comment below.
Yeah, let us know.
My
I'm a fan of Freaky Rique.
You don't want the internet
It's
to make a
because
rap
stage
name
name,
for you.
right?
I don't want to take him as a joke, but I feel like it's just catchy. You know what I mean? Like people remember Freaky Rique.
I mean,
People
just
remember
always-
stuff like that.
I always
what
was.
about something a little like toned down a little bit? It was like Freak Diaz.
I mean, it's like Rique.
Not as catchy to me.
Rique
So
has
I like
always
it.
been.
I like it, but
So I want to
Yeah.
incorporate Rique somehow, like, cause my. All right, so side note, add me on IG. It's Rique Suave 5150, and it's underscore. Anyway, with two E's on Rique Suave.
2 weeks of Suave.
Yeah,
You need to ease your name.
that's
Yeah, you
just
couldn't
Rique
make that just.
Suave,
You couldn't make that with 1 E with 150.
I mean, 5150. That's like Mexican revolutionary.
Is that what that is? Oh, you
What-
want some shit like that?
what-
You want
what-
some
what-
Castro
Within,
shit?
it was some shit.
How do we
aimed
get to the Civil War?
well 5150? That's
5150.
You down with
Okay.
Castro?
You single-handedly exiled the Cubans. Is that what you
Chapo.
Do
did?
you think that El
Chapo
Chapo's
was my
money
mans.
should go to charity?
You know, that'd be great.
That's what he wants.
That'd be great.
Is that what he wants? Is
Yeah,
that
that's what he
said?
wants.
Yeah.
And the government ain't allowing that.
Well, they should keep it.
They want it,
Fuck.
well,
Come on,
well,
he's
they said they're going to give it to
charity,
their
come on.
charity. He wants to give it to.
Military
And basically-
industrial complex.
He wants to give it to Mexico.
He wants to give it to Mexico. Yeah, exactly.
U.S. is like, nah.
No, Mexico too. Mexico too ain't having it. They're not allowing
Well, that's
it.
what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying.
He wants to spread it out to
No,
Mexico.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The American government's like, nah, they're not getting that money.
Yeah, but I'm saying even Mexico doesn't want it.
They don't want the money either.
That's what they're saying. Maybe because the U.S. said no.
Uh,
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we don't want it.
This is where me and my country comes in. Like, we'll take it. Like,
But I feel like they don't want it to be like that because it's supposed to be like a suffering thing. Like, no, we're taking that money that you earned illegally. We're not just gonna say like that's what you would want.
Syria just slides. in
We're not
the
gonna give you
bank
what you
account.
want. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it how we want to do it.
they're just taking the high road, like because like he's a criminal. They're like, look, we're not gonna give it to your charities, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna do our charities. They're gonna do the same thing, but we're
I
doing
mean,
it.
That's not a bad thing. Like trying to contribute towards your country.
Well, I
and
think they should
people
go to
and shit.
Mexico. you
But
know?
when you gained it by destroying your country,
I
don't
mean,
try to be a
that's-
saint
that-
now. man.
Technically, that's more along the lines.
But
of
see,
destroying another country. Not
but
that
this
that's
is-
a good
this is
thing,
what
but you know I'm saying,
happens-
like mass
This is what
distribution
happens in the areas they
killing
control,
people
though.
and shit,
It's the
whether
same thing,
however, but-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the
Yeah,
same
and he
thing
did that to his
Pablo-
own country,
It's the
right?
same thing Pablo Escobar did,
I mean,
though, man.
he gave
Yeah, but Escobar was
more
a-
jobs to people in certain countries than they would have otherwise.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Escobar,
people
nah,
would be
Escobar was on a
starving,
different level.
starving and poor because places
Different
like
level, exactly. But
Colombia
I mean, like from
and
what I understand,
Mexico,
he did the same thing for his community. He has like houses in like in his home town where he was originally from. That's where his like
But I
central.
never heard of,
location
him
is.
doing that, of Chapo doing that. I've heard of Chapo giving money away, but it was there. He was never beloved how Pablo Escobar.
In his
was.
area, he is,
And
man.
Escobar
In his
made
area.
way more money.
I know that. I'm not trying to dispute any of that. But what I'm saying is like it's a similar thing where like in his community where he's from, El Chapo's liked. They love him there because of what they
I don't
do in
think
that
so.
community.
I
You
don't
know.
think it's like Pablo Escobar.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You think there's violence in and around like El Chapo's home? Like no, he takes that elsewhere outside of what his community is. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that territory.
like, don't shit
That's what I'm saying,
you
where
eat.
he
Like,
lives,
all
you know?
where you
Mexico loves El Chapo.
No, I've never said that. I'm
No,
saying
that's
his
what you were
hometown area. No, I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah, his
where he
hometown.
lives.
Oh, yeah.
He's taking care of that area, just like
Fuck
Pablo
yeah.
did.
You're
He's
like,
taking
yeah,
care of that
nobody
area.
gonna fuck with us.
You get people jobs. Like that's why people like him in
No.
that area.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's different though, because I feel like with him, yeah, you might have that area, but Pablo literally did everything for that country.
All I said was a similar
He did a
thing
lot
in
of
in his
things.
area, like like same thing where like Pablo lived. He took care of his community.
Well, what would you say?
You know?
Do you feel like more Mexicans are against El Chapo or for him?
I think they're
for
against
him
him.
because he actually had this new rogue police force that used to be essentially a bunch of vigilantes and shit and doing their own busts and such.
Yeah, but
and then
cartel police force?
having the police take over. So then they wind up getting corrupted from within, and then
Well,
turn around and
Well,
had took control of a bigger sector of a military force that's corrupt.
I mean, we could. Oh, I feel like we could have seen this coming. The cartel instills a police force that trains the police force for them to take over for the government by the cartel for the cartel.
That
It's
does
just
not
like
seem like a bad
it seems
thing.
like this is like this. I could see this coming from a mile away. It's just,
Yeah, that's something. That sounds like it
I hope
sounds
that's
like
not
a good
true.
thing when you say it, but it's a bad thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
well, it didn't sound good at all because he
But
acknowledged that they
he's
took
saying
over.
people like that.
because it helps them. It gets them, you know what I'm saying, the ability to maintain what they're doing. Because like I said before,
But if your brother,
they depend on making the money from smoking.
right? But then at that point, El Chapo can do what he wants. Then you get what I'm saying. So like now he's controlling that. So
'Cause
say if I
imagine-
hang your brother from a bridge and I say I'm not gonna kill you, deal with it. Yeah, well you're still salty. You know what I mean? But he has control of that now. So now who are you gonna call? Police? No, you haven't got that no more to try.
You're just gonna call El Chapo.
No, you're gonna call El Chapo. He's gonna be like, all right, well now you're a rat too.
I mean,
you are
just
dead.
It's pretty efficient if they fell for that. Like, you know
if
what
you
I'm
think
saying?
about it like this, like there are fucking so many murders there that are just unreportable, and even here in the United States involved.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like a lot of them got to do with the
For
cartel, so I don't get
perspective,
why
it's
they
like-
would be for Chapo.
Well, just because, like I said, it doesn't happen in their community.
I mean,
Outside of his
it
community,
allows them to continue to feed their families, and then as a whole, a nation being able to maintain because there's not as much.
Well, that's where I wanted to be clear from the beginning. Like, I don't think it benefits the whole nation. Like,
I
his little
think it does,
area
'cause
of like
there'd be so
Sinaloa or
many-
whatever his cartel
There'd be
name
so
is.
many people that wouldn't have those jobs, that wouldn't be able to afford rice.
Yeah,
for a
in
month,
his
you know what I mean?
area, but not in the whole nation. Like, I'm sure like Tijuana's like
Oh yeah.
fuck
No,
them, or like
not literally like the whole of
Mexico City, they're
but
probably like,
a
fuck, I
big
don't like
majority-
these people. Like,
big majority of
they're
Mexico
fucking us up.
and South America.
Imagine a place like Cancun, dog. They would love to have no cartel. That's the number one issue right now. They can't even get no tourism because they can have people killed.
But that's also the thing. The tourism industry in Cancun, the reason there's not a lot of, like, I mean, like, actually, from what I understand, like, Cancun
Kidnappings and shit.
is relatively mostly people from other countries coming to Cancun to do crimes. And the crime isn't cartel because the tourism industry is owned by the cartel. They own these businesses.
I'm not here to judge you, but that
They own
literally
these
sounds like
businesses.
someone the government would say right out of their mouth.
But listen, it makes sense because, like,
Tourists are coming to my country and committing crimes.
because of what the area is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what everyone knows what Mexico is. It's like everyone, I'll run away to Mexico to do this or that. Or, you know, like, it's because people will confuse it and think cartel, but really it wouldn't be that way because the cartels own the casinos, they own the resorts, they own that shit.
Yeah.
That is cartel.
Drug money.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a lot of the abductions at the resorts do come from South America and Spanish regions. That's where they've been coming from. Like, you really don't hear about it from a lot of other places. I'm sure it happens. We don't hear about it in Argentina or somewhere like that. You know, we've just been hearing about it in these Spanish countries. So that's why I think people assume cartel. Like, yeah, it could still be a random person, but you lean towards, oh, that's their problem there. It keeps happening in these same spots. You just kind of put two and two together, and that's what you go off of. Maybe one of them happens, but you would imagine a lot of, like I know, for instance, like my sister went to, Dominican Republic, and they were just talking about like how right outside of those walls of that resort, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
resort has guns on it.
Yeah.
Walking guards.
Yeah.
They're meant to protect you. They say when you go outside of that resort, it's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would say usually like you see on like a lot like a similar thing in Mexico. Like once you go past like that resort area, you see a similar thing because it's the cartel waiting for other cartel members to try and come fuck with their shit.
And what I'm saying on that instance is like, yeah, I'm sure it happens, but like somebody from China isn't gonna fly to Chicago and get kidnapped at a hotel. Usually, you know what I mean? Like that's
Usually.
yeah, of course it happens. But like that's a low acquaintance thing where like these people are actually they're seeking to kidnap people from these resorts. Like they're targeting these people.
Huh.
Did you see the one where like they changed the
What
drinks?
statistics you work with? That was Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah, Dominican
Yeah.
Republic. That was
Poisoning.
crazy, wasn't it?
I don't think they ever figured out what that was.
It wasn't meant to be poison, apparently. It was just people straight up using cheap alcohol. Like they would sell you a bottle of Ciroc, but they would give you something else. You know what I mean? Like the workers were taking the Ciroc out of there, putting something else in there or reselling old bottles.
So it wasn't poison.
Wasn't poison apparently.
Huh? Interesting.
But basically, it was a poison. Whatever alcohol they were drinking,
right?
It was a poison.
I got you. It was killing them.
Yeah, it was killing them.
It was killing 100%.
Well, at least killed them ones. Maybe don't kill everyone, but it kills them. Killed a couple.
There's like 14 people. Died.
Was it like 14?
Yeah, I think more than 10 people died. I'm pretty sure.
That would be insane.
Yeah. People were still going. It's like, now I'm good. I'll wait until all this.
It's sort of weird how when you hear those numbers, it sounds low. But like they're not low at all. You know what I mean? Like 10 people died. If there was 10 people you knew, it'd be a lot.
Well, it was also like in like 1 or 2 months.
Imagine in like Salem witch trials, where like fucking 18 people get hung or some shit, and you're just like.
and then you're sitting there like they're accusing you of being witched, and then they drown you. They're like, look, if you survive, exactly, we're gonna drown you to kill you. You know, if you survive, you're a witch. In which case, we know you're a witch, but if not, I guess you're dead.
Imagine
better safe than sorry.
Those people lived though. A lot of those people that did that, they lived. They didn't even get prosecuted. A lot of them, right? But they lived. Imagine being like 20 years later, and everybody's just like, it's clear science. That like there's no witchcraft at all. There's no chance of like the shit you accuse them people of.
You look at
you're just like
you look at your neighbors, just like
science can't prove everything.
Like, look,
science minus
you son of bitches. Like,
well, they know.
It's like, yeah. Oh, you always get that naysayer. Oh, well, who said that? Like, it's like.
It hurt me so bad when I found out that like Christians and Catholics don't believe animals have souls.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like what's up with that?
I have
they
no
also
idea.
believe that cavemen didn't.
Trying to make it just like
I think it's like the deep Christians and shit, but
Yeah, I have no idea. Like I'm not, like
I've never heard of that because I've always within my perspective, everything that is alive has like energy and is living because it's alive and it has that.
But I feel like that kind of thing,
soul.
They preach that with like reincarnation almost. So like religion can't preach that because they don't, that religion doesn't preach that at least.
Well, I mean,
they picture an afterlife where like your soul.
Like if you have a soul, you're basically saying reincarnation. That's basically what you're saying.
And then again, you have theological.
Well, they also say like your soul rests, like your soul goes to rest. And you just chill in heaven, so it's just resting, just chilling. I don't know.
Pray the Lord my soul to take.
Doesn't necessarily mean there's reincarnation. I would say just that like there's an afterlife where your soul just chills out from living.
I think Catholicism preaches purgatory, where it's just nothingness. If you die and you're like,
I'm pretty sure they have heaven. They have heaven. Or if you're a good person, but like never accept your Lord and Savior, you just go in purgatory. I don't know.
I don't remember. But it was something like that to where purgatory was incorporated. And I remember that. It was, which oddly enough, I don't know if neither of y'all knew, but from the Bible study that I did for like 5+ years, I wind up finding out that in the Bible, there's no mention of hell. Like, if a God was a God of love, then why the fuck, even if you were a bad person, and granted, bad come to bad, those that do bad, but why would someone that he created, that he loved, because God is love, as they say and preach within the Bible study, and I just was like, okay, so why would that same God that created you with that love want someone to fucking just be tortured and burned in a hell?
I love this
one. And raped.
I love this one.
And raped.
Listen, I love this one. They said, I seen a thing that said, if the devil punishes bad people, he sounds like the good guy. I love that one. That's so true. All the bad people go to hell, and he makes them suffer in hell. That's where they should be. They're bad. So why is he the bad guy for doing that? He's the bad guy for punishing bad people.
Well, I think it's not that he punishes bad people, but
you just think that it's because it's a fictional tale.
Well, that they don't go to heaven, so they go to the bad place. That's just what they say.
I would have more of a
God's dirty work.
I would have more of a perception of like a purgatory versus a hell, because hell, it's eternal damnation.
But purgatory being nothing?
You being a shitty human for fucking 50 years of your life equals eternal damnation. That's just fucking.
Well, that sucks.
Doesn't that
That
just
sucnd
sound fake though?
I gave you. I
Like,
gave.
doesn't it just sound fake
That
like,
doesn't
you
even
can
sound fair
eternally
though.
do anything?
I gave you 50, but you're giving me
I-
eternal
absolutely.
damnation. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it seems like I should only owe you 50.
It's like this is where I appeal. I'm just saying, like, you know, you're here for my lawyer. I'm appealing this.
The weird thing
the
is, all you
sentence
need is
now.
1 day to be in eternal damnation. You can do some bad shit in 1 day that would get you in hell forever.
I mean, you can always repent because.
Can you repent murder?
I mean, they even have that in the Quran and in like Hinduism, Buddhism, that no matter what you do, you can repent for it.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, like, when you go talk to a priest and then you say 50 Hail Marys, like,
that's
Well,
that's Catholicism, but then that's like
yeah, but like
a way
Rique.
to get out of truly repenting, because you could be like, oh, okay, I fucking stole something. Let me just do 20.
No, we're not stealing nothing, Rique.
Next
We're
day, oh, I fucking.
you're fucking 50 kids, and then you repent, and then you're good.
Get the fuck out of this.
No, you're not beating nobody. You're not beating nobody. So
be like, okay, so
pastor, I hit a lick.
let me just go fucking to the fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? To do my Hail Marys, and then everything's okay. No.
But that is what they do when a lot of people are kids. I know a lot of people that were in that as kids, and they said that's what they said. Like, you go in there, you tell them a real thing you did, and they're like, say 20 Hail Marys. But what I want to get into is you was in that.
It's expensive.
You were in that Spanish church then, huh? You had to go to that too. Would you go to church?
The Spanish church
You
in
would
Allentown.
You would go to church like 4 times a month, 4 times a week.
Did you go? You went to Spanish church?
No, but I've been learning about this. I've got a lot of Spanish friends, and I was recently just learning how they all met each other through the Spanish church for almost 8 years. They had to go for three or 4 times a week for 2 or 3 hours. Mario, that's how you met Brian.
Huh?
Yeah, in the Spanish church. It's weird because like they only know their community pretty much. They said,
yeah,
but, like they don't really hang out with other people. They just hang out with their community of church people.
Yeah, it's just like.
I mean, I think that's like the religious side meeting the social side of it, because then you're at a church and then you're studying this religion together. So it's like.
And you meet another kid that's like, fuck
make
this.
Those bonds with those people that are like outside of that church. You'd be like, you know what, you're cool. I like this human being.
But
you went to the church like how long did you go to church for? 5 years?
No, that was Bible study.
Well, so you went. I'm just trying to nail it down. Like
it was once a week.
Sometimes
twice a week. And
for was it a Spanish church?
It was preachers.
You had to go once a week?
That week. No, they would come to our house.
Oh, this is weird.
They come to your house?
That's not a bad thing. I mean, shit. It's Bible study, bro. You'd be like, okay,
They individually Bible study too.
Did you pay anything?
I'd like to think that that's like.
Were you in the room alone?
Churches, no.
Whoever's
with you.
Oh, your whole family.
Yeah,
not just the kids.
That could be just
you
and your
I was gonna say
if you believe it, or you and your girlfriend.
I got you.
I got you. Like person by person. You know
It's not just for kids.
Everybody.
So you're going to someone's house and that's weird. I'm coming to your house.
I'll bring the Bible to you, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You fit to learn.
I mean, shit. I had 2 of my old homies that I wind up preaching to, and then they really like latched onto it and wanted to know more. And
so the correct title is Pastor Rique.
Yeah, missionary.
Missionary Rique?
Yeah.
Missionary Rique.
That's what I'm hearing. Like, goddamn, Jehovah.
As I say, preaching the Bible.
Dude, what are you knocking on doors now, Rique?
Corinthians 3:16.
Preach their religion to people, converting them.
Philippians.
This dude played some civ. He's converted.
Religious victory.
He's out here converting religions and shit.
You got the fucking Inquisitors out here, badly motherfuckers.
I know your dad and your grandma was a Baptist, but
or pillaging your shit.
Check out the Spanish church.
So I mean, you were essentially like
we lower it.
Spanish Jehovah's, like they would come to your house. Oh, he rolled out as not a Spanish church.
Oh,
I still imagine it's a Spanish church.
Weird. That's kind of weird. So your mom must have got you in the church.
It skews heavily.
You know, you say that, yeah.
I knew that because your mom's white.
I mean,
and you weren't in a Spanish church. See how I put this together? If his dad had chose the church, he would have been in a Spanish church, and he would know Mario.
I mean,
see how this works?
Yeah.
See how this whole thing works?
The same place that I would go on Sundays, they had different services. So, for example, the English being the primary service, and then the Latin being the.
Was any people ever there ever weird towards the kids?
No, very helpful and attentive. They had like class. For
So why do you regret it so much?
No, I didn't say I regret it.
Oh, well, the way you were saying it was like
No,
5 years.
No, I just was saying that like I put that much time into it, and
So you know the Bible.
The more I thought about it, the more a lot of things dawned on me, because I think that the fucking Bible's been manipulated. And
I got you.
like,
So that's why you're in
that. You're in fucking Rome. You're like, let me go see the Vatican. I want to see all the shit you guys have, and then they have this vault full of shit, historical, and Lord knows what it is. It's like, okay, why can't anyone go in there?
Yeah.
There are files that only the Pope can see. Only the freaking.
And they can't be appraised.
Yo, this is.
You can't find out what the Vatican's worth.
Yeah.
Aliens, afterlife.
So that's why that's why he
Bible.
said eternal damnation like that, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's what they told you. Is that if you make these mistakes,
that's in
you'll be
general,
eternal damnation.
That's Catholicism. That's Christianity.
Yeah, but now I'm saying that just sticks with you basically about that religion.
Or
what is it?
I was making that general point.
What is it that you were just like, this is bullshit?
Or do you still believe in it?
Well, no, he said that like
something that I'm objective towards would be, like I said, like if you were a bad person for 50 years, or however you lived, and then you're, like I said, the eternal damnation part, like that was one that I felt like, what the fuck? God, because it literally says in the Bible, God is love.
So then you had a hard time understanding why he would turn down people that had been bad.
I guess if you get deep enough into it, you'll see like certain things that are very objectable, that anyone that wasn't a fucking just a follower, not a follower, but just that'll blindly listen and will not be objective and more conscious about something, like thinking about it in terms of why? Just accept it. You know.
So do you believe in Jesus?
I believe there's a higher power.
Do you believe Jesus was here?
Yeah, I would like to believe.
You believe Jesus was nailed to a cross?
Well, that's controversy that they had over that. What I learned is that it was a stake. So when they did Passion of the Christ, they wind up having this in the Christian Catholic community, this big ass like schism, because they were like, okay, so for the movie, Mel Gibson's going to be on a cross. When they, like I said, had that controversy, everyone was like, he was originally on a stake, because if you are nailed to a cross, you'll live significantly longer, because that's how they did it. They, staked someone horizontally, not.
Oh, I got you.
Well, from what I understand, the whole point was for him to live longer, so they could torture him.
Well, the cross shit, that was what do you call that? A fallacy, because he was.
Do you believe in ghosts?
That's a tough one. Yeah, I believe that there can be.
So do you believe in demonic possession?
That's tough. I
love it.
Shit.
Short answer, yeah. The demonic possession.
Yeah, sure.
Yes on that.
So then, do you believe in a exorcist?
Yeah. Because
so doesn't that make religion real?
Like
that's the circle that I'm in right now.
How does that make religion real?
Because when they do an exorcist, it's holy water. It's the cross.
So do you?
If these things have an actual impact on negative energy in this world,
that's not just that.
That would make that real.
That's like they'll.
Yeah, I mean, like
they'll chant certain.
But we're not even
phrases. So it's like, okay, to dispel evil.
How are we ever sure it's real? Because some people believe in it, and
we
say
that's
it works,
why I was asking him. That's why I asked them all those questions.
Do you know anyone
that
Do you know anyone that burns sage in their house?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to cleanse their house of.
Right, yeah. It's supposed to, It's supposed to free the room of evil spirits or something. Yeah. Cleanse the room.
Yeah,
that's why they do it across their whole house everywhere.
Well, of course,
Native American, but we're just saying, like,
of course, it's a belief.
I'm saying, like, if you believe that someone can be possessed, then you are already agreeing that there's negative energy in the world.
I mean,
So then
when-
there's like,
do you
what
believe that
what
we
is
have-
the positive energy? So you look at the positive energy, and if the positive energy is blessed water, well then whatever blessed it would be real. You get what
Well,
I'm
I mean,
saying with that?
But like when someone thinks of an specifically exorcism,
I don't know what
That's
it
it is.
commer-
no,
that's
but no, that's the thing.
commercial,
It
though.
equates
Right.
it.
Holy water. You're
It
Yeah,
equates it to that
yeah,
thing
demon.
exactly.
What else can I do but go off of what I know though?
No,
I
that's what
mean,
I'm saying. Like
That's-
commercial, like in movies.
and you know, like they
shit.
put the cross on them, and they're like,
That's what I'm saying. So,
that's
like,
some
in my
shit.
opinion, like,
Yeah.
if you believe that you're possessed, you're already believing in the world that holy water and that cross can cure you because that's the world you're in. Is there an actual real world like evil spirit possession outside of like just like what exorcisms could even like do or effectively? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm good. I don't think they're effective. I don't think they're effective at all or real. It's all about a matter of like what you believe. I mean, of course, who am I? I've never seen a fucking exorcism, nor do I intend to. I'll be all right.
you may one day.
I see an exorcism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe I know someone that's possessed.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Know someone that's possessed.
I think so.
What makes you say that?
I'm gonna pass on that one.
He does possess things.
About to say, because like possessed by a demon, or
Well,
like,
that's why we
malice
brought
around
you
it?
here, Rique. We're here to really to perform
Yeah.
an exorcism on you. You're possessed. Simple as that.
I know someone personally that lives like someone else is inside of him, and they both fight for control. That's how he lives.
Could that be bipolarness? Maybe.
Could be.
Or it could
But
be a
it's-
demon.
It's got some negative to it.
Could
you
be a
know?
demon.
It's got some bad thought to it.
Do you think this person would freak out at the sight of a cross? You know, if you brought it to him?
I think that's stereotypical because it's like, oh, a cross, demon, die, go away. It's like
You don't know till you try.
Well, isn't that what exorcism is?
I mean, no, that's not solely delegated to like a cross. Like I said,
What's
there's
the percent
to,
chance?
to dispel.
From my
evil.
understanding
Like,
of
I'm pretty sure
I would say
within the Vatican there are exorcists.
exorcisms are specifically Catholic.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Anything
why I say
outside of
Vatican.
that is just
That's
a
what-
bad spirit.
That's why I say Vatican.
You know,
It's like they
bad
have-
energy. Who knows?
They have the things that are what?
Bad juju.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, that's
Well,
like I told you about the guy at my
they-
work, how he believes, you know, and like he kind of believes that of like,
Yeah.
he was saying like, you know, with like school shooters and like people like that and like mass shooters, he's saying like if you go anywhere else into the world, like especially like Spanish countries and shit, when you see these people that are like super crazy like that, they're identified as like demons, you know, and they're approached with exorcists and like other things along the lines of that. Where in this country, like we call that mental illness. Not saying this is true, but like this is what he's saying. Like we call that mental illness.
Right.
When really that's demonic possession, basically. Which maybe isn't like Christian or Catholic demonic possession, but basically saying
mean-
like negative energy consumes you.
There could
Yeah.
be someone that's
So I get what
bipolar
he
and
was saying
someone
with
that.
that.
Yep.
Not
I
necessarily
feel
that I
you.
agree with it.
I
but
feel that. Yeah, I could get you on that.
It
Yeah.
makes kind of sense. It does.
Yeah.
Because I do see
But-
other places where they definitely approach being possessed as a possible scenario.
But if it only really makes sense in the aspect if it ends up working, which I don't think it does.
if you ever look up what could be placebo, you never know, right? Because it could be mental illness, and then you're killed by placebo, which is crazy.
And you're like,
But
oh, I'm
if you ever
blessed.
look up exorcism
What's
shit,
that?
like
What's that?
what?
Was killed by placebo?
No, I'm saying like if you say if I thought you needed an exorcist, you had a demonic possession, but really you were just mentally ill.
Oh.
Well, if you were smart enough to pay attention to me, I could do this to you, right? And and placebo basically being like you fake it to yourself that this is the cure. Like
Well,
you
you-
still got a problem.
you
right?
believe
You
it's the cure.
that this is the cure because you know what a possession is. So
And
that
then-
in your mind, deep down, you know what cures a possession, and that's this right here.
So, like a
So maybe this really
subconscious-
ain't working, but it's working for you because you believe that can cure you. Placebo, basically, right?
And then
Like, that's what
yeah,
it is.
yep, and your brain just, you know, we're saying it could be that effect, you know.
Could be, yeah, or it could totally be demonic possession, which sounds cool.
It sounds cool, but no, thank you. I'd rather live in a world with.
I'll spend one of these lives possessed by a demon. It honestly seems pretty cool. Honestly,
See,
I'm saying that like a fuck.
I want it
boy.
to
You
be
get what I'm saying, though.
extremely like stereotypical, where you're like, I'm a demon, I have so much power.
Eat my ass, goblins.
You know, and you're just like floating. You're just like, ugh.
Yeah. I want
I
to possess things.
I don't want The Exorcist to be like the movie where she's like bouncing on the bed like, ugh, fuck me.
Did
You
you
know,
ever
I
watch
don't want it
Mr.
to be that.
Again,
Pickles?
stereotypical. Because
But that's the movie.
The bitch fucking turns her head all that.
Yeah, but that was the movie.
That was like fucking woo.
That was the movie. I was just referencing that at all. You know, it's just like I don't
Well,
want it to be like that.
I guess I just was using that as an example. Of like
I said I don't want it to be like that. Like I would want it to be like an all powerful demon where I'm like, I control the shadows. You know, you're just like shooting like
And then all
shadow
that
balls or
wild-
some shit.
That wild shit happened. Fucking big comes up.
You vanish to the shadows. You're like, I'll have my revenge. You know, your
Yeah, I
face
want
fades
to like
black.
the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
just come out of
I want to take
darkness.
you to the afterlife.
Come out of darkness and just like.
I just want to be able to cut up here with this like drinking and driving, huh?
Possess the fuck out of you.
Dumbass. Now I just want to judge people for how they die.
Oh,
That's what I just want to do. I'm gonna be right there, just like
after
lawnmower. Really, lawnmower.
Dumbass.
The fuck through this tunnel, dumbass.
after
Follow the
life.
white light, dumbass.
Exactly.
It was like the afterlife's Red Foreman.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumbass.
Dumbass. Man, that's one of the greatest shows ever. Look like they had a real commodity on that show. I feel like I keep saying that wrong. It's
Camaraderie.
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 Camaraderie. Me.
Carotid arteries.
Collateral damage.
Collapsed DNA. The phone game just keeps going on and on.
Why was that such a thing when you were a kid? You think those kids lie?
What,
That's
the
what it's
phone,
all
the phone
about.
game?
Yeah.
Well, that's just a real thing, you know.
But
People
it's not the real thing because we added
do it.
stuff.
We
They fucked us,
no,
Steve.
no. Listen.
That's not how they,
No, listen.
that's not how telephone
No,
really works.
no. Listen. So like with the game, what the game proves is like when you
did it.
start off with one person, it will never be the same.
No,
Like
no, it
like-
did not, Steve.
no,
Listen,
it's a real thing, man. I'm
it
telling
is
you.
You're not.
People aren't supposed to add things on, but they do just because it slowly breaks down.
No, but we were encouraged to, Steve. That was how we were taught the game. You must not remember playing it, but that's literally how they said.
I'm saying like the premise for that thing.
I know that.
When people really do
I
that,
know all that.
you know?
All I'm saying is when we played in like Miss Zops and shit,
well, you were supposed to add shit. Yeah.
she would say add stuff on. What you about a 10th
Yeah.
person? You can't remember all that. You just can't even remember.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna throw mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
And you just can't remember the 9 things you just heard.
Exactly.
It's like dinosaur mozzarella sticks.
Well, I'm saying was that, like you laugh like let's say like 25 people, one guy like says one thing and you're not supposed to add, you're supposed to repeat it, and it gets scrambled.
I think with 25
throughout.
smart adults though, that doesn't happen. I feel like if I'm like car, it just ends up being car.
Well, of course you
That's
use
I feel
car,
bad.
you know.
What do I gotta say? Banana
I
clip.
don't fucking know. You would give you a
Banana
word.
clip. I think it still goes all the way to the end. I think you can say anything. The only way it's gonna fuck up with
Banana
adults
clip.
is you go add something.
Let's say 50 people. I think it breaks down.
Not with 50 smart adults.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, but if they're smart, then that would make it that much more complex. Because then it's like you could say fucking Little Reefer, and then at the end it's like
Some complex, and then you drop Little Reefer.
Cheefer, or something. You know, just something. Just that
Well,
That's we
there.
must have had an accent in there. Well, you're giving me immigrants now. I'm talking about 50 of the straight
give a Laurel Cheefer.
straight up librarians.
That one would definitely break down, but I think he said Laurel.
Ass cheek.
Queefer.
Little Reefer.
Oh, at the end he said assless queefers. Is like this is.
I mean, hey, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've tried that. Like, the reason why I'm saying this is because I had a cringy moment one time. Well, I remember like we was at this party, you know, and it kind of had died down. We only had like 10 people left, and they're just like bored, and I'm just like, oh, we could play telephone. And like I didn't tell people to add things, you know, because I thought it was gonna work how you just said. And by the time they got to the last person, it was the same thing we started with, like a few times. So I'm just like.
Gordon
drink.
didn't know how to play. But then again, it's also like, why are we playing telephone game?
But you get what I'm saying, though. It's like if you got 10 people that
I
are
don't
really
even know
paying
how to play that
attention.
game.
Well,
I
let's
just-
fuck.
I just always-
This is
It's literally just I say something to you, and then you just go around to 20 people, and it's supposed to be the same thing.
Let's play
So
the.
I say beer can, and then it goes around, and if you got 20 adults, everybody hears beer can, everybody repeats beer can. That's it. It's an easy game.
Spread it out. Make it 50
So
people.
is someone's objective to lie, or
Steve's saying that somebody's always gonna add something, basically.
I'm not saying they're gonna add
Or
something.
hear it differently.
I'm saying hear it differently, or the next person will portray it differently, or say it a little differently, where another person will be like, "Oh, I think he said, he said taquito, but I thought he said burrito or some shit." You know what I'm saying? Like over that,
So
like
in that game, can you not say what?
no, you just say one, you say it, and that's all you get to hear, and then you gotta pass it on.
You just gotta go right away.
Pretty
Because
much.
if not,
yeah.
like what? You said taquitos?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna break down over time, where you're like, I think he said, Esbaro is good. This is, it's like
if you were in like a
Sabaro.
crowded environment or somewhere loud, that would make it more interesting. Or if someone's objective was to like take a shot, if they were the ones who got their lie all the way across.
Take a shot.
Tell me it's not your childhood dream. Still my dream, just to be able to like play a good ass game of hide and go seek tag in Walmart.
Oh,
Like,
somewhere like that,
Home
or just
Depot.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhere like
That shit
that,
would just be awesome, man.
or like you're
and I'm
like
tall,
Value
so I
City.
get to the top shelf and just lay.
you go on top shelf on that ass.
You're in Value
just
City,
blending
man.
in with the bikes and shit. Blend in with the ceiling fans.
It's because I mean, do you guys normally play where like if you get tagged, you gotta start helping look for people?
No,
No, you
I
don't do
play
that.
like- I played it next time because if not, then you see a lot of people hide, so you know where they hit at.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's always whack.
Yeah, it's always But usually with hide and seek, it always ends up stop being hide and seek and then just tag.
Yeah.
You hide to begin with, and you just play tag.
You know what'd be cool shit too? There was like a big ass
That is-
paintball gun, like 10 on 10, in the middle of this big ass woods. Like some woods
like
where
a
it's
Call of Duty map.
where it like takes a while to even find
we
someone.
gotta go. We gotta do
Do
some
they
paintball,
actually
man.
have that though?
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
shooting range. That's actually,
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I've seen
We gotta
it
do
before,
that.
yeah.
That's fucking.
We gotta do that,
That'd
man.
be Rust.
Yeah.
classic.
1v1 knives only.
All right, we got the house on the left.
And what was knives, but just like hitting B like slightly quicker.
All I'm saying is Call of Duty isn't. It's one compared to PUBG's realness. It's
I
one.
mean, shit. You can't tell me MW2 wasn't like the peak of
But
everything.
it's so.
It was a
At
fun game. Yeah,
UMP,
exactly.
I got
Yeah.
2 attachments. I just run around full
Such
speed. I never get tired. I just
It
run around
was
full speed and
such-
light people up.
Such a classic.
Well, technically,
Such
because it's a
classic.
lighter gun, it's a submachine gun versus a rifle. You could run faster.
Dude, Commando Pro, when it first dropped, you would slide literally this entire room.
No,
That is
That
not-
was
it
great.
never
I
felt
loved
real.
that.
When
How
that-
about how about when the models first dropped? Akimbo models, one
was
hitter,
great.
one
Well,
hitter,
well,
one
I
hitter,
loved it.
one hitter.
well, that would really kill somebody in one hit. You know?
Akimbo,
Would
that was the
it's a
shotty.
spray shot from the fucking 1800s.
Hold on,
Dog.
wait,
I don't
wait.
really think it's
Hold
that
on,
precise.
And you get hit, and you get hit with 18. You get hit with a
Remember
bunch
the-
of bullets.
Remember the
Like,
distance though? No,
Yeah.
the distance was
The-
crazy.
Bullets
Akimbo-
travel.
The Akimbo is a single shot.
Bullets
I
shot.
think
travel.
pellets, bro. They don't go too far.
bullets
That's the
travel.
whole point
It
of a
was, it was
shotgun.
the
Yeah.
sing, it was the single.
It's a shotgun basically.
Yeah, but they're not always the little ass pellets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Motherfucker, it was the single shotty, like the bow.
Slug?
Yeah. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was like, hold up.
Sorry, I was in a debate there.
I was
a
like,
little 8-shot.
is
Little
this-
8-shot.
But them bitches used to shoot far as a motherfucker.
I
I'm
love
just saying, bullets travel
They're
far,
fun.
man.
I
You
was
know?
American.
They
Yeah.
don't though. They don't always travel far. A shotgun does not travel that far of a shot.
There's still bullets that still go for pretty far. To whereas if you're
A
like 10
shotgun's
feet,
not gonna shoot 100
we're
yards.
like 10 feet, I can kill you. But you didn't kill people 100 yards away. You would kill people 10, 20 feet away. You know, you'd be able to get them.
with a handgun that's supposed to shoot a pellet round.
That
Like,
I'm pretty sure it was a shotgun. It was a little shotgun.
Yeah,
I think it
was
was
the-
pellet
it was the-
rounds.
It was the single.
I'm pretty sure it was
single
like-
barrel shot.
rifle,
It was like a little 8 slug. I mean,
but the way it cocked was like
Yeah.
a rifle.
Yeah, it was like.
but that's how shit reloaded back then. It was lever action. Lever action shotguns were real.
How far you think that thing should have shot?
I mean, in real life, because it was so overpowered, not as far as it did. It's a game,
That
you
thing should
know.
not shoot fucking 5 feet. No, it should shoot 5.
But in
sorry.
real life, you're gonna get killed at 10 feet with that
You're
thing.
not
you
gonna
know
get
what I'm
killed
saying?
10 feet.
You don't
I think you will.
You get fucking.
At
I
1887,
think that
bro.
thing was too old, bro.
1887, man.
It was pretty old, bro.
It was just as old as like
It was
the.
think about when they did shootouts, like when they did draws. A lot of times they would shoot and the bullet would not even hit them, just because of like accuracy. You know what I mean? I can pull a draw on you quicker.
Yeah,
and
but
miss.
that was the one
Yeah.
thing that like was great about the Winchester. It was a lever action rifle that was
The
accurate.
Winchester,
You're
but this is
accurate.
a small bitch with
But
a...
we're talking in the same time lane.
No,
time
the
frame,
Winchester is a rifle with a single shot rifle shot.
Exactly, but this is a shotgun.
Exactly.
It's a
You
lever
can't say
action
exactly and
shotgun.
be complete
It's
opposite
a
of what
lever
I'm
action
saying.
shotgun. It's the same time. That's what I'm
It's
saying. They can move,
spread. It's a spread
but
shot.
10 feet's not that far. 10 feet is not that
It's
far
not that
for it to
short.
fit, you know.
It's not
For
that
a
short.
shotgun for
Okay, it should max
metal
at 10. It
for
should
metal
max at 10. Can we agree on
projected
that?
by concentrated gunpowder to shoot shit. You're gonna get hit at 10 feet.
Did a musket hit him at 10 feet?
A musket's different. A completely different period.
What you just described is a musket.
No, it's not. It's lever action. It's the same timeline. It's the same technology. The lever action.
It's the same thing as a
It puts
musket.
it how?
You're
A musket
all
is completely less tech. Is completely less. You know,
all you
way
said
less.
was gunpowder fire in a metal. That's all you said. Well, that's a musket, and a musket didn't.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. We're talking a different time period. We had
I wanna know
barrel
right now,
rifling.
Jamie, bring it
The
up. What's a real akimbo?
Listen.
Akimbo models range.
Musket between the time of musket and then the time you got lever action rifles.
Look up
Easily 100 years.
model 1877.
100 years.
Real range.
Versus musket, that's 100 years in between.
All I'm saying is the way you described it was not a good describe of what that gun should be able to do. You made it
that's
sound
all
bad.
guns are doing. It's metal propelled by gunpowder.
Now it's a lot of metal propelled gunfire for a very long time and a very precise
with improved barrel rifling. That's what I'm saying. With the lever action in that time period, you had barrel rifling, so shit was able to move farther.
I don't think it was as far as that, though. I'll be very surprised.
10 feet,
bro.
bro.
It's a spray shot.
That's easy, though.
It's 10
that's
feet.
easy.
That's what I said. Max 10.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Well,
all
max
I'm
10.
saying. You're getting hit at 10.
All right, so you gotta figure it is a 40 barrel rifle, 39 and a quarter.
Oh, so it is a rifle.
Yeah,
Well, it's like a rifle. It's a shoddy, but
what's the range on it?
I don't think that's it, bro.
Yeah,
that's the Winchester.
That's
we're,
the Winchester.
We're talking the model
This is a
18.
model.
Shotgun.
Model
No,
1880.
that's-
Oh yeah, it is,
Yeah.
bro. It's a model.
Shotgun.
Huh? That looks way different. I don't
that
know,
looks
man.
bigger.
That does not look.
That
Let
definitely
me see.
looks
Let me see.
like-
Look at
It
it.
just has
That
a.
looks so
It
much
just
bigger.
has a stop.
It was like sawed
Well,
off or some
Yeah,
shit.
no, it didn't have a stop.
No, it was sawed
I
off
have
too.
short barrel.
It was sawed off.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like it didn't have that. Big
So
ass
that makes
stop.
the spray even wider and crazier, which makes it
And
take
go
more.
shorter, Steve.
But I still
You
think
did
10
that-
feet.
No, Steve.
But I
That
still
goes
think 10
shorter.
feet, bro.
Now I'm questioning
10
10
feet.
Now I'm questioning 10.
10 feet
Now that I
not
know
far,
it was
bro.
a short barrel,
That's like that door to that wall, man. You know, it's like that's not far for
a kill
gun.
shot,
Yeah, because you get tagged up.
max 10 feet. I'm not going no farther than that.
I'm just saying 10 feet. I never said it was
I'll
going to go
confess
farther than
right
that.
now if you go
I said
11.
10 feet. You're going done. You know.
I wonder
I
how
feel
far a shot he
feel like-
shoots. What's like the kill shot? What's the kill range on a shotgun? On a 12 gauge shotgun?
New age.
What do you think?
I'm thinking you're going at least 25 to 50 some feet sometimes. 'Cause
I didn't want to go to 50.
You
That's
get
crazy.
tight, but you get tighter spreads now. Because
Yeah,
you're more
that's true.
accurate with it. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? Plus, you have more
I want to
efficient
say
rounds.
25 feet.
All right, so this old guy has something like 20 feet away. Look at that. He's aiming at the barrels right there. That's pretty
Missed.
far. That's pretty far.
It does nothing. It does nothing for me.
Yeah,
That's
you're
nothing
not
for me.
telling us too much.
It does nothing
I
for me.
appreciate
I mean,
it.
shit, it's the preview.
God, searching now.
No, that ass, because that's fucking like I imagine it shoots pretty fucking far because it does spread and you can, you know what I'm saying? Like if he aims for your head, but it, you know what I'm saying, the windage action goes down and you just fucking chest full of shoddy, then
So shotguns, usually the ones I use for sport, are meant for an effective range of 50 yards.
50 yards.
That's 150 feet.
Yeah.
That's
So-
half a football field.
So, but I have known
Slightly
shooters
different
who load
shooting.
themselves have a cheat. Okay, so that's like
That's a
competitive shooting.
modified. That's I lowered it.
45 meters.
Which is, I don't know what a meter is. 2.5.
That's 50. That's 50 yards. 147 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, 147 feet. So
That's a
So
sport
man's,
rifle, though.
So man's probably
no, that's
definitely
just
gonna
the average range of a shotgun.
average range.
That was the
Spaz 12 gonna hit me at the
typical
50 yard line.
range. Ranges did this.
Damn, I don't see that happening.
Effective range.
So I'm going to be at the 50.
For the fucking goalpost.
So 12 gauge capable of firing 12 gauge inch magnum ammunition.
Any gun experts want to come on the show? Let us know. Come on here.
Bring us some gun gifts. Bring us
Bring me
some
a
gun
gun.
gifts.
Bring me a gun to keep out. I want to tape a gun underneath of here, just in case people like come in and get weird.
Is that always a
Try to
thing? Like always
fondle
like
me.
you just have a fucking duct tape underneath, just like ready to
Yeah.
go, just ready
Rick
to
tried
fucking
grab you
go.
by your gonads, and you just eat this.
You pull that
Jelly
bitch out
bean.
and ready to go. You're ready to shoot.
You let that gun speak for you.
What is that? 20
Well,
gauge? Goddamn.
Got you fuck boys over here trying to depend on goddamn range still, kids.
I just wanted to be sure. You know, I was gonna say that's just far.
All right, what's a
That's stupid
throwing
far.
knife kill range? I could
That's
throw a
stupid.
throwing knife 100 yards.
But what can't kill
Now that would
somebody?
be
If I hit you in your face
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
with any part of the knife, you might die. If I hit you with the butt, you might die.
I don't think you'll die.
If I chuck it from 100 yards, you know how much speed that probably had on it?
I think
to
you're
make
underestimating how
100
fast you
yards,
can throw it.
And you're not even looking, just whack up. The fucking metal side of a fucking knife hits you right in your
Do
eye.
you think it'll kill you?
I think it'll cave your
I
shit.
don't think it'll kill you.
I'll break your face.
I think you'll live.
I'll break your face.
I think you'll live.
It depends if you don't get medical treatment, you won't.
I think you'll
If I
live.
hit you right there, Steve, right in your fucking, right there,
I think you'll
I'll
live.
break your face.
I think you'll live.
You better get medical treatment.
See, I've seen people.
Quick.
You've seen people get like fucking.
Bro, you're going to have crushed
Logs.
fucking bone in your
You see people
nasal
get
strip.
logs go through their fucking neck
Your
and, like,
face is broke.
coming through you. But I'm living.
Your shit's like that. Your shit's all
Nasal
caved.
But am I alive? Yes.
Your
I mean, no, that is a good point, 'cause they-
But we're saying death.
It would be pretty fucked up, but then they would have to go to the hospital.
You're alive.
Because at that point,
I might
if you
take.
don't,
What if I take your eyesight?
But it kill. It's not a kill shot. I want a kill shot. I don't think you're getting a kill shot.
If you don't get medical treatment, it is, Steve. If I crush your face,
It's not a kill shot.
you would have
you gotta
internal
kill-
bleeding.
You gotta
dog.
kill on impact. Kill shot.
No.
Kill shot.
That's not a kill shot. You can walk a couple yards like a little wounded animal, but eventually them bone
Well, then-
fragments are gonna start.
Well, listen.
floating
If you
up high.
so, if you don't get medical,
shut that goddamn brain.
if
down,
you don't
hear
get
me?
medical treatment for the shotgun at 15 feet, you're dying. I can say that then, pretty
no,
much.
yeah, that's-
Because you're getting hit at 15 feet. You're still getting hit. I was going kill shot.
No, that's not.
Kill
no,
shot 10
that's-
feet.
No,
Kill
you're
shot
right.
10
That's
feet.
it,
You
right.
know? So there we go.
Yes, sir. But I said
I would
100
say,
yards.
There we
extreme
go.
damage.
I said 100 yards. I said 300 feet throwing knife. So this thing's coming with a velocity on it.
Yeah, but I think you.
And
I
just
think you
whack
live.
out
If you
on your
get-
fucking cheekbone.
If you
Reek.
get hit in
You
the
should break
temple,
it.
back of the head, top of the head, yeah, you might die. Face, I think you have a little more protection, a little harder
Oh,
bone
wherever,
structure.
I think wherever it hits you, it breaks. If I hit you in your collarbone, it's broken.
It will break. Yeah, it will break.
'Cause that
But
is
you
a
won't
lot of
die.
That's so much speed to go 100 yards.
But you're not dying.
You throw anything that far, it's coming with. Imagine if I chucked a rock at you.
Are you dying?
If I just threw a rock at you at 100 yards at your face, Steve,
Are
I
you
could kill
dying?
you. Yes. Yes, Steve, you might die.
So, but if it's the same weight as that throwing knife, I think it'll do the same amount of damage. You won't die.
So you don't think? I think a rock would do if you.
Steve,
if
I
the,
think
if
it
the
will
knife
blow your
didn't-
shit
if
away.
the knife didn't.
If something can get, I don't think you understand how fast someone's going if it gets thrown 100 yards. You're talking about something
if it's
that's
beelining straight at your face at 100 yards,
No,
yeah, it's
like-
fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But if
saying,
you chuck it up in the
fast.
air to get the distance,
Dog, like a Patrick Mahomes.
But it comes down.
They showed
It's still
Patrick
gonna come.
Mahomes throwing the speed. It was like 55 miles an hour. So let's say I threw a rock at you at 55 miles an hour, dog. That traveled over
That-
100 yards.
but it weighs the weight of that knife. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be
If-
fucked
I
up.
think if,
But
if
you're
it
not dying.
If it pierces you, you're fucking. You're. good
How
luck.
much does the average knife weigh?
It might go
Maybe a
to-
pound.
No, I'm talking about a nice hefty knife, bro.
How
with
mu-
a
how much
scorpion
weight?
imprint.
How much weight? If you're talking about a 10-pound knife, of
You're
course.
talking like a 7-pound knife.
10
You're
knife.
talking like a 5
Of
pound.
course.
5 pound.
A 5-pound, of course.
What you think I was throwing? A fucking butter knife,
A
Steve?
throwing knife. A throwing knife's like a pound.
Oh,
A
shit.
fuckboy
You
one.
said a throwing knife. You can't throw. Like, you cannot throw accurately a scorpion handle 7-pound knife
Oh,
300
shit.
yards,
300 feet. Okay.
100 yards, whatever.
Patrick
you know?
Mahomes can throw a throwing knife 100 yards.
That's 7 pounds.
Yes,
You're not throwing 7 pounds.
Yes, he can.
100 yards.
Yes, you can.
Throwing 7 pounds, 100 yards.
7 might have been a little heavy.
You can barely throw a football 100 yards.
Let's
you know what I'm
say 5.
saying?
Let's say
A
5.
football doesn't weigh 1 pound.
Well, we're talking in fantasy world. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Of course.
We're
Okay.
just saying, then would it be a kill shot?
If I launched a fantasy throwing knife that weighs 7 pounds, 100 yards, yes, it would kill me.
How about 5-pound knife?
Because we're 5 pounds, yes. I think
Piercing or not piercing?
I think you get under
Like,
two and a
blade or
half,
no blade?
you're living. Under 2.5, you're living.
If I hit you in the throat, you're dead.
It'll
crush your esophagus.
If my windpipe doesn't crush though, which I don't think it's guaranteed.
If it hits you in your dick, you might die. You might seriously.
You might want to die because
You
you're
might
pissing
bust
blood.
a nut.
You're
Can you think you can die from literally busting both of your nuts?
No, bleeding
you
out.
think so? Like internal
Bleeding out.
No,
but
bleeding in.
But no.
Internal bleeding.
No.
You think you
That's
would
a good
bleed if you
point,
bust
'cause-
a nut?
No.
Does a nut have blood in it?
Yeah, that has blood in it. Blood goes there. There's veins. It's alive because there's blood in it. You know.
I know.
I'm just saying. Yes, blood in it. If it's alive on your body, it has blood in it.
So then you can bleed out from busting your nut.
I'm pretty sure you could. You'd be bleeding internally. You got veins on your nuts. That's all I'm saying.
Is there any amount that somebody could just like put your nuts in a vice grip and blow them bitches up? Is there any amount that could possibly get that done?
You're not getting a kill shot. You're not getting a kill shot by dick. That's what I think.
Bro, if I put your dick and balls into a vice grip,
You'll pass out. But you're not
dog,
dying.
you will die.
You're not gonna die,
You will
bro.
die.
You're not gonna die.
Steve, you're
You
going
think-
to die of
With
internal bleeding,
proper
bro.
medical treatment, you'll live.
Immediately.
Not immediately. You can go through. I think you can go
You
like.
don't got 20 minutes, Steve. Steve, you're internally
You have
bleeding
20
so bad.
minutes. You have 20 minutes.
Your balls, your dick, the skin, everything
20
is
minutes.
just crushed.
People have lived for like 2 hours with like exploded stomachs. You know, I think you can live.
Exploded.
You know, I think you can live.
A
Like,
man cannot live very
after an
long
hour, I
with
think
blood
you're
nut.
getting pretty dangerous
I
right
was
there.
thinking like 45 minutes.
Your dick is internally bleeding, bro.
Well, it's just bleeding out of you. You're just bleeding out at this point. You're not
Your
internally
urethra
bleeding.
is bleeding blood. It's
Yeah,
shriveled
on-
up and
on the
deflated,
outside. On the
and
outside.
it's bleeding blood.
But you're not dying. You're not dead. You're not dead, man.
Absolute shock.
You're
and
not-
you're about to die.
You're not dead. I think you have at least an hour.
Well, you hear it here, Dr.
And if you
Steve.
put your nuts on ice, they might be able to
Dr.
reconstruct them
Steve
bitches.
believes if you blow both of your nuts up, you have an hour to live.
And if you get them on ice within
Doesn't
5
sound
minutes,
right. I
get 'em
don't
on
know.
ice
I'm no
within
doctor,
5
but it
minutes,
Don't sound
and they
right.
will reconstruct them back to perfect healthy condition.
Oh, he's also a nut expert. You can also put it back on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I perused the internet. I
See,
know,
look,
I know
we
my
went
shit.
From top 3 artists
We've been everywhere tonight.
by scripting kicking balls.
Another great cast, man. We appreciate
Thank-
Rique stepping in.
Rique Suave, we appreciate
Anywhere
it,
else
man.
they can find you, Rique?
Well, Facebook, Rique Diaz, and like I said, Rique Suave, 2 E's on both, _5150 on Instagram.
You
You're-
got him.
You heard him 2 E's on both. You got it, man.
We had some technical issues in here. Gonna get that straight. We'll get Rique back for another proper cast. Appreciate you stepping in, Rique.
That's a shit show. We out.
Everybody have a good one. Thank you.